the platform where we speak truth to power. Want to check something before I go ahead. Is that it? I don't I've got it right. Okay, here. Okay, so yeah, we're just doing some checks. Greetings all. Please share this broadcast as you get it. Help us reach more people. We really do appreciate your support. Let's make sure we send it off to as many people as possible. Yeah, I think we are back. Greetings all. Greetings. Please share that broadcast. Greetings all. Greetings. Please share that broadcast. Help us reach more people. We're just going to quickly change something here briefly. Just give us a minute and we will begin the broadcast. As you're joining us, please do share the broadcast. Help us reach more people. We've got about an hour or so where we'll be talking about a very important subject, Nigeria, and we will talk about Venezuela in between and what all of this means. But in the meantime, let's go here. Let's see how this goes. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Governors collision. So just bear with me. Just trying to get this right. So please do share. Greetings and welcome. Welcome to Citizen AY. Thank you for joining. We are shortly going to go live on TikTok as well. But we're sharing this here. It's very, very important information we want to share today. So I'm hoping that you can, I hope you can hear me. I hope you can be able to, I hope you can hear me. And that'll be great. Greetings to all those of you on YouTube. We'll try and share to some more. I would like as many people to share the broadcast and reach more people. Important thing we'll be talking about. We'll be sharing it on various platforms, and let's see if this it will come through. We've had one or two issues with the broadcast of late, and we're trying to address that. I'm hoping that it does what it. Okay, good. That's solved. So we're gonna just send this to as many people as possible before we start. It's very important information that we're sharing now, and we need you to help us share this broadcast. It's very important because the topics that we are talking about are things that all too often have not been dealt with by people. So we're going to talk about that. And please, so as you're watching, share, share, share. Share the broadcast far and wide. Greetings, greetings, welcome. As you're coming in, please give us a thumbs up on YouTube. We really do appreciate you. We appreciate each and every one of you as you're joining us. We're going to talk about a great number of properties and things now. I will be in touch. I've got one or two things I need to do at the same time, but I haven't managed to get that done. But we will, there's a lot going on. And we're trying to reach as many people as possible so that we can, maximize the impact of the broadcast. It's important that we know what is going on and why it's happening. For too long, we've just been very, very uh, quiet about how things are. We've been really quiet. We've not really dealt with the issues or talked about it at length in a way that made sense. So we are trying to do what we can now, and I'm hoping that many people will see that. Oh, there's a lot of information that I've got here, but I will share that later on. Okay. So we're going to put some things in. If you see it, just please share. You're listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. It's going to take some time to get things going, but we're sharing the information nonetheless. We're trying to do this on a regular basis, on a daily basis now, because we recognize that there's a lot of information that we need to share and keep each other abreast of things. And the best way we can do that is to obviously send the information around, and then until we get to where we can really, make that difference. So please do share the broadcast. You're listening to Citizen AI, the platform where we speak truth to power. I'm about to go live on TikTok, but before I do, oh, I'm not going to go out anywhere. I don't think I'm going anywhere today. The rain is just chucking it down outside right now, and that's a good enough excuse to not want to do much. But we will get there. We will get there. Okay. Okay, let me just, I'm trying to just do a few things. So just bear with me, please, as you're watching. We're trying to get as many people as possible involved in this process. It is difficult to get things done, but we are going to do everything we can. We want people to understand that what the US is doing is unacceptable. They are trying to get us in a situation where things just become impossible. So please do share the broadcast. We're giving it to as many people as possible to share and get in touch and tune in and enjoy the broadcast. And please help us reach as many people as possible. We really do appreciate you. Yeah. So we're trying to reach all our contacts because this is to do with us. If Nigeria is attacked, it's on a false pretense, and we shouldn't allow it. And that is why we're doing what we're doing, and we're sending out as much information out so that people can understand that we have a role to play in stopping genocide. You know, so very important information that we're sharing, and we're giving it as much information out as possible to as many people as possible, so that we can begin to start seeing what is going on. Nigeria, it's the federal government of Nigeria needs to take a decision that would actually mean that in the end that the those politicians who are involved, okay, who are involved in backing Boko Haram, they will get a message in no uncertain terms, that they will be prosecuted for supporting such a grievous bodily organization that's harming a lot of Nigerians. So it is really important. Your voice. We're going to come back to that. We're coming back to the passport issue. I'm going to redirect everybody to the ADDI at a minute because I believe that that's the best body to speak to. But like I said, I'm not going to pursue anything anymore on that in terms of trying to get an idea or that kind of thing. What we want is to just join with what is already on ground, and that is the best way to do this. But like I said, as I'm doing this and I'm reaching out and I'm sending you the link, please subscribe to Citizen AI on YouTube. Help us grow that platform, help us reach more people, and make sure that you share the broadcast. It is all about trying to make sure that we are giving out the right information as much as possible so that we can start waking up Africans up. We have a role to play. All of us have a role to play, and what we're doing is to just provide that opportunity for us to engage and never ever feel that you are powerless. One of the things they want us to feel is that we are powerless, and we're not powerless. No way, we are not powerless at all. We are not in any way, shape, or form powerless, and we need to recognize the power that we possess and how to begin to harness those powers. So that is why you will see me doing what I'm doing now, trying to get in touch with as many people as possible with this necessary, very important, powerful information, so that we can. Oops, so is this? Uh huh. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna put all of that across. We will see what happens. And yeah, anyway, we're trying to wake up as many people as possible. So please do share as you're watching. Help us grow the platform. You're listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. We'll continue in between and send some more information out. Okay, so we're about to kick off now. Here goes. So we're going to kick off right now. Greetings and welcome. Okay, greetings and welcome to Citizen AY. I hope you can hear me all right. Whoops, one thing, is that on? Is there anything is on? Close the window. Okay, right, you can see me, you can hear me. Good. Greetings all and welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. We are going live shortly, and we are going to we're live now. We're live on YouTube and on Face and TikTok. Thank you very much. Let us share the broadcast. It's very, very important that we share the broadcast. Please do help us by sharing this to reach as many people as possible. We need to grow the platform. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to us on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to us on YouTube right now. Help us reach more people. It is very important. We have a lot to talk about. Today's topic you're going to see shortly is of immense importance. Today's topic is really about awakening our people up to this injustice. We've been told a lot of misinformation by those in government, and the US is full of propaganda, misinformation, and we need to address that. We have to address that misinformation and the propaganda, which clearly has been going on, and we don't want that. We do not accept it. We need to let us know, let each other know. Please, those of you who are joining us on YouTube, greetings to you all. Please subscribe to Citizen AY. As you're coming in, give us a thumbs up. It's really important you give us a thumbs up on YouTube. The more you give us a thumbs up, the more the algorithm will send it out to reach more people. Before we go deep into the discussions, we want you to have as much information as possible. So let us, you will not be able to see the text or the video pictures of what we're talking about, but you will get the sense from what is being said, and you will hear people talking on TikTok as we go along. Greetings and welcome to you all. You are listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. On this platform, we aim to share knowledge, empower Africans, and reconnect and get Africa to the true greatness that it rightfully belongs to Africa on the African continent. Our resources must benefit Africans first and foremost. No ifs, no buts, no excuses. We are not going to be apologetic about being seeking what is great for Africans on the African continent. For over 400 years, Africa and indeed the military world around the world has suffered and not benefited from the resources rightly belonging to them. We are now here to wake up. Many of us are waking up. You can sense it. We are in the age of Aquarius, the age of awareness, alertness. Information is now available for us. And I want you to know that in your DNA lies a lot of information. What we're trying to do is to get you to tune in, to wake up and be part of the process of change to bring the rebirth of Africa, a new Africa that will benefit Africans. We can and must do that. That is our collective role, our collective task. All your talents must be brought to bear. If you are an African, we need you. We need you to truly achieve your true potential on the African continent. For too long, we have been distracted. We've been moved across to other continents. We've been distracted. We've been enslaved. Good evening, Fuseni Mohammed. For too long, all of this has been going on, and now we rise. Now we rise. It is our time. We must build a better Africa for the coming generation. We need to join hands with Ibrahim Traore, Assimi Gota, and General Chani that you see behind me. These are great men. They're showing us the way, and we can no longer accept injustice on the African continent. We can no longer the imposition of bodies, external bodies that benefit colonials and impoverishes Africans on the African continent. Enough is enough. Welcome on board. Alexi, greetings and welcome to you. So let me go into the topic of today and bring that to your attention. Now, we are going to talk about the main issue here. And those of you watching, please, if you're coming, as you're coming in on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. And those of you who are on TikTok, please like and share. Give us a thumbs up. We welcome gifts. We welcome your support. Please help us grow the platform. And we are endeavoring to actually bring a lot of information to, to a lot of us, so we can actually begin to take part in the process of rebuilding Africa. Africa must benefit Africans. The resources in Africa must benefit Africans first and foremost. And we make no apologies about that. None whatsoever. We should be proud. We should stand tall. This is our time as Africans on the African continent. Notice I am not saying anything about attack or anything. I'm saying Africans, we must defend ourselves. We must no longer accept anybody telling us anything to do with how we should do things on the African continent. Our stories for so long has been told to us by colonials. So what they've done is, when they're telling stories about who we are, they have now done it from their they've written it from their perspective. Now, when somebody writes a story from their perspective, it is no longer your story. Let me say that again. When somebody writes your story for you, they write from their perspective. It is no longer your story. We need to take control of the narrative. We need to begin to write our own story, because that story is what our coming generation will carry forward. For as long as we remain silent and we are allowing colonials to write our story, to draw maps on our continent, to tell us what to trade, what religion to follow, what economics to follow. As long as that is happening, Africa will not be free. We need to take the steps that Ibrahim Traore, Assimi Gota, General Chani are taking. They are taking the exact steps we needed right now. And we are putting a stop to colonials coming to Africa, exploiting Africans, and then telling us it's our problem, and not, and denying us our true greatness, or preventing the coming generation from reaching their true potential on the African continent. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Let me say one thing in the middle of all of this. All of us now in Africa know this for a fact. Nigeria being the most populous nation on the African continent, once Nigeria gets this right, nothing can stop Africa rising. Nothing. So that is why you will see that they will do anything. The colonials will come. There's a three-headed hydra head beast, if you like. So you never think that they walk alone. You have got the US, you got UK, you got France, and all of it. I'm saying this from the African perspective, please. All those three countries I mentioned, they are in control of the UN. They write everything from their perspective. And they have written out, they have disregarded anything to do with Africa or African people. All they are focused on, if they mention anything to do with Africa, it's about how to exploit the resources, how to exploit the people, how to keep Africa divided, how to ensure that their interest is what is priority in the minds of Africans. I hope you're understanding me. They're writing the story where anything on the African continent, from their point of view, is to benefit the colonials at the expense of Africans, the resources, the people, and everything that they do is to ensure that Africans never focus on themselves or building something for themselves. It's about taking out of the continent so that the continent does not develop, does not become an oasis that is meant to be in the first place. I'm saying all of this because we need to understand what is being done, and there are steps that we must take to begin to address this and no longer accept that. 1 second, please. Let me just do this. I see that. I thought you were able to see me, but I was talking away there. You may not see me. Okay. So I'm putting the picture, making it smaller because I realize when I'm talking about this and you may not see me, but I want you to see me because it's an interactive process that we're engaged in. And I once again, I greet you. Thank you very much. Those of you who are on YouTube, if you're coming in for the first time, make sure you give us a thumbs up. Please go ahead and give us a thumbs up and share this broadcast. Share this broadcast. Make sure as many people as possible get to watch this broadcast live from Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Please share, give us thumbs up, help us reach more people, and let us engage. And we want comments. Those of you who are on YouTube, please leave comments, and I'll endeavor to read as many of it as possible. Now, let us go and talk about, let's go into the topic of the day. Okay, now you can see on the screen, you know that we all know that Donald Trump is planning to attack Nigeria. That is his plan. He's planning to attack Nigeria, and he's been given false narratives. Yes, the president of USA has been given false narratives about Nigeria, and no way. See, I am not doing. See, they keep giving me this thing on here. They keep saying that I've not used any swear word. What? This behavior, gifting suspended, live visibility restricted. That's what they keep telling me. I'm going to take a picture of this if I can and show you what what TikTok are doing. We are speaking about African issues, and we have a right to talk about it, but they don't want me to share it. I will share that picture another time. I won't share it just now. But they are putting that on the screen right now, and I'm going to appeal it because I disagree completely. It is not right at all that they are giving me warnings. I have not used any swear word. I have not used anything to do with any threats. I'm not making any threats. I'm simply saying Africans must wake up. And that seems to be a problem with TikTok. I'll see if I can show you that picture as we go along. Let me quickly go back to where I was so that I do not forget what I was trying to do there. So please tap on the screen as you're watching. Tap, 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 share. You are listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Now, let us read this now. The U.S. government, in 2016, they hosted Nigerian governors, northern Nigerian governors. Now, the U.S. are saying that it's genocide going on. Just follow me, please. The U.S. are saying that there's genocide against Christians going on. Please tell me, why did the U.S. invite 19 governors from the north to come to a meeting? Why? That's the question we should be asking. Why were they invited? And in the pictures there are some characters, there are players that the U.S. knows they came into agreement with that facilitated the unaliving of people by this group. And this is what we are saying. But many people, you will notice that this has not been mentioned by Donald Trump. And some people are very, very quick to say, oh, that was not Donald Trump. That was another president. That was Obama. Please, let us be very clear about one thing. It doesn't matter who the president of the United States is. Their policy remains the same. I hope we understand that. It does not matter who the president of the United States is. It doesn't matter if he's a Republican. It doesn't matter if he's a Democratic. It doesn't matter. These are just words. Their policy remains the same. The U.S. have an undeclared, hidden agenda of ensuring that the resources in Africa continues to benefit America at the expense of Africans. Case in point, look at Congo. What is happening in Congo? There is a military base in Congo. A U.S. military base. Yet there are wars all around. And with the wars all around, the U.S., there are evidence of the U.S., the military base, being used to siphon, to take the resources, the gold, the untold amount of mineral resources in Congo out via that military base, the US military base. But then they're telling you that Congo is poor. Lithium, the battery that we're using, using for iPhones and everything else, it comes from Congo, right? But these are the things that they don't want to tell you about. These are the facts that they don't want you to know. But they want to tell you, oh, America is democratic. No, America is not democratic. I showed you the other day. Dwight Eisenhower authorized the unaliving of Patrice Lumumba on January 17th, 1961. Please go and do research on that. I'm giving you that information. So when they tell you that America is for democracy, America is not for any democracy. America is only for American interest at the expense of the people to whom those resources belong. Right now, they're going to try and do the same thing with what's his name? With Venezuela. And by the way, as we're talking about Venezuela, do you know that Russia has sent Wagner to support Venezuela? Yes, Russian military, Russian government has sent the Wagner to support Venezuela because the U.S. is trying to overthrow Maduro. They're trying to overthrow him. And of course, again, I keep saying this, any country that the U.S. goes to, you know what they do? If the U.S. goes to any country, I need you to know one thing for a fact. That country has resources, mineral resources. The only reason why the U.S. expresses any interest in any country outside of the U.S. is because of mineral resources. Right now, Venezuela has got the largest oil reserves in the world, and U.S. want to control it. The U.S. have been preventing them from having their own refineries, Venezuela, because they want to control. They want to actually have direct control over the resources that belongs to the people of Venezuela. So you can see the hypocrisy of any statement made about U.S. being a democratic nation. It is not. But these are facts that are hidden from you. The oil, when they went and invaded Iraq, there is money from the sale of oil, aside from what the other the corporations like Halliburton and others have been looting. There are money that is being made that is being earned by the Iraqi government. And you know what? That money is in the coffers of the US and not being released to the people of Iraq. Yet they will say people of Iraq are suffering. Can you see the double standards? We need to call this out. I'm not saying this out of hate, but we have to wake up from this whatever web of deceit that has been spun and recognize that everything that US does, every move the US does is to benefit US. And when they come and talk to you about democracy in your country, no, they are trying to make sure that you do not benefit from your resources. They see themselves as the only people on earth that are entitled to benefit from the resources that belong to other people. That is the reality of the sickening white supremacy-based U.S. government. They believe that they are above everybody else. This manifest destiny nonsense that they've been projecting for so long. Well, it's receiving its comeuppance. I don't have any truck with the people of U.S. What I am saying is that the U.S. government is exploiting many countries. They cause war, death, destruction, impoverishment. Any country, name any country that the U.S. has gone and that country has come out better than the U.S. came in, than when the U.S. came in the first place. Name any country. You can't name one. Please, those of you watching us on YouTube, if you can, subscribe to Citizen AI, hit the notification button, give us a thumbs up, help us reach more people. We really do need your support in growing that platform. I'm hopefully, because I'm back now, I'm hoping that we can grow and do more things, and bring more information to you and raise the awareness. The time for Africa to grow is now. So I'm talking about all of that and then I'll come and give you a bit more detail about this information here. And there will be a video where a former minister, a Nigerian former minister, will give us some very important information that we have to take note of. So when Donald Trump is talking and saying that Nigeria is Nigeria is carrying out a genocide against Christians, that is not true. That is not true. Yes, there is a spate of unaliving going on in Nigeria. But as I've said, what are 19 northern Muslim governors, what were they doing in the White House in 2016 during the Obama regime? What were they doing? What were they doing? That's the question we should ask. What agreement did they enter into? That's the question we should be asking. Now, I'll go back to that now. Let me try and see if I can find you some information regarding this. Let me see if I can. I can't. I was going to try and make it bigger, but I don't know. If I do this, I'll talk for a bit. I'll try it and see. We'll take it in batches. Let's try this. See if I can do that. Can I make it smaller? No, I can't. Okay. So that's the picture right there. So U.S. Northern Nigerian governors in Washington back in 2016. The names of the governors will also shock you. They colluded with U.S. to arm Boko Haram, something Trump deliberately omits to mention. So very, very important point to make there. So let's go to the next one. So here are the list of names of the Nigerian northern governors. I'm going to read all of them out, and I'll come back in between. So it says here, from left to right, Governors Abdullahi Umar Ganduje of Kano. That was back in 2016, keep in mind. Tanko Al-Makura of Nasarawa, leader of the delegation. Governor of Borno State, Kashim Shettima. Now, Kashim Shettima now is now the vice president in Nigeria. President of the multi-billion-dollar Islamic Development Bank, Ahmad Mohammed Ali. That's an Arab guy. Governors Nasiru El Rufai of Kaduna, Mohammed Badaru Abubakar of Jigawa, Vice President of Operations IDB Manso Mushkta, Nigeria's Consular General Jeddah Ambassador Ahmed Umar, Executive Director IDB Gambo Shaibu after a development cooperation meeting. Anyway, so you can see that there are big Nigerian names on there. Let me pull out of there. I'm just showing you that to get you to understand what has been done here. Now, what I will have to do is I'm going to read this because I need you to see me on the screen and we can interact better that way. Now, back in 2016, the U.S. hosted northern governors. Governors of all, I'll read this to you, governors of all 19 states in northern Nigeria spent 3 days in Washington, D.C. at the invitation, listen, at the invitation of the United States Institute of Peace for the purposes of what we're saying here. When you hear words like peace, and they're talking about foreign countries, Africa, Asia, please, you need to understand that it is a code word for the opposite of peace. You need to understand that this is a code word. When they write, oh, we are trying to bring peace, we are trying to bring, if they say they're going to bring you relief, no, they're going to cause you famine. Anything the US says they want to bring to help you as Africans and global South, please understand that it is the opposite. Whatever they are bringing is the opposite. Greetings to you all. Pagan Hunter, Light-Footed, Wilson Yaw, Kaba. Please, we welcome gifts as you're watching us, and give the platform and help us grow more. I'll bring people in to discuss as we're going along, but I'm just reading this to you. So it's very important when you hear the words, oh, the US is going on a peace mission to Congo or whatever, or UN. It is the opposite. They don't want Africa to have peace, because when Africa has peace in Africa, they cannot have access to the mineral resources in Africa. It is that simple. So when you are hearing them saying, oh, we are coming to give you aid, no, they are coming to spread diseases, to make sure that you become dependent on them, so that you never get back on your feet. These are key things. So when you hear word peace, they're going to give you aid, they're supporting. No, it is the opposite of whatever they claim to want to come and do to help you. And it is very important that we understand that. Please tap on the screen, tap, and share. Help us grow the platform. We welcome gifts from yourselves and from others as well, and comments. And please consider subscribing to Citizen NY, the platform where we speak truth to power. So now let me carry on and read more now. So in that context, at least you get a better picture of how you can view whatever you are hearing from the US and its allies and in the global West. Okay? Now, they will be participating in the Northern Nigeria Governors Symposium from October 18 to 21 with civic leaders from Senior Working Group of Nigeria and representatives of the federal government of Nigeria. So now you can see now that back in 2016 under the Obama regime and Obama government presidency, you can say regime anyway, because like I said, everything they do is the opposite. When if they tell you they're coming to bring peace to your land, no, it's the opposite. Anything they tell you that they're coming to do to your land, just know it's the opposite. That's the fact. And unless we start understanding that, and this is for ordinary people to begin to understand, because those in government, those African leaders will not tell you this, because they are part of that system, and they cannot, because the only way that many of the African leaders have been getting into leadership has been through the control. They are puppets controlled by the colonial West. That's what has been happening. So many of the African leaders, they will not tell you what I am telling you, because they cannot. Because if they do, they will be out. Either they will be warned, and then they will start making their life difficult, and then they will get the people to turn against them. You know, the CIA is all over in terms of they've been destabilizing Africa. Any leader that doesn't do the bidding of the West is ultimately sidelined and removed. And that is the reality of what many we've not picked up on. So it is very important when I'm saying it is really, really important that, one second please, I'm just trying to, something has happened here. I'm going to sort that out. It's very, very important going forward that we understand what is being done. Everything that the US has told us that they're going to do in Africa, if we're going to help you, we will end poverty. No, they are buying, for example, the GMO crops. There are crops whereby Africans now will now depend. Any farmer that uses GMO crops will have to depend on buying from the same place. It is a business opportunity for the organization, multinationals created under the US government and under the colonial government. And they are creating a dependency culture. They're not actually allowing Africans to freely benefit from their resources. They are developing a system to make Africa dependent on the structures that they closely create. The financial structure is a system of dependency that impoverishes Africans, whilst at the same time they're enriching those who created that system. You follow? These are the kind of things we need to begin to understand. Now, I know I'm speaking very, very fast. Salauddin, thank you very much, and thank you for the gift. I appreciate that. Please continue to give the platform and help us grow the platform. I really appreciate you all. Now, so you heard now that they brought 19 governors, and all of them are Muslims. All of them are Muslims. So what were they discussing? Let us just say, for the sake of argument's sake, that the intention that they had in mind is what they were going for, and they've done that. Since 2016, why is it that there is still pew-pewing by the terror groups like Boko Haram in Nigeria till date? Since they had meetings, 3-day meetings in the White House. But you will notice that Donald Trump conveniently omits this fact. And I'm giving you those facts now. This was covered by the Premier Times, I think it is, if I remember correctly. So credit to them. And I'm showing you this because there is a line I want you to hear from Professor Adeyemi. You may not know him. He's a Nigerian, one of the Nigerian former ministers, but he is very aware of strategies and things. And he mentioned some things. So I wonder if I can, maybe at this point, I think it would be good for me to bring in what he said. So let me let you, so you can get a flavor of what I'm saying. I'm not just talking out of, point here. Let's listen to this bit.
Really, you are not buying into this narrative about USAID funding Boko Haram.
Are you tired of choosing? Sorry about that. 1 second. I don't know what that is. Let me just move that out of the way quickly. I'll mute it. Again, I was trying to give. So you will hear. Again, I've told you many times on this platform that this Scott Perry, U.S. House of Representative for House of Reps, I think it is for them Republican. Sorry, stated that the USA was funding ISIS and Al Qaeda and Boko Haram, and these are statements. This is something that is on record. Now let's go back to that statement. So that's what it was alluding to there. Let's go back in here again.
2 plus 2 at times has to be equal to 4. So even if I can't give you 4, but I can give you 2 plus 2, we will then have to come to the conclusion that I'm giving you 4. I served on that committee, and villagers kept telling us that in the middle of the night,
there you go. Listen.
Helicopters piloted by white people kept landing.
Listen.
And offloading guns, goods, and all kinds of and money to these people. Now,
did you hear that? I hope you heard that. YT people in helicopters going to Boko Haram areas, loading money, equipment, and the like to Boko Haram. But did you hear any mention of that from Trump? Did you? Let me play that again, just for those in the back. Let me play again. Let's go back again. I want you to hear. It's very important.
Okay. And I listened, Rufai, I listened to you earlier on this morning, and you say you want facts because really you are not buying into this narrative about USAID funding Boko Haram. Well, I'd like to give you some facts.
There we go. Listen.
I served on the Boko Haram committee. Now, 2 plus 2 at times has to be equal to 4. So even if I can't give you 4, but I can give you 2 plus 2, we will then have to come to the conclusion that I'm giving you 4. I served on that committee, and villagers kept telling us that in the middle of the night, helicopters piloted by white people kept landing and offloading guns, goods.
Now, when he says these people, he is referring to BH. For in terms of all intents and purposes, I'm a bit nervous. I'm not nervous. I'm a bit sensitive. I'm not sure what TikTok is doing. So I'll say Boko Haram, but when I say BH, I can say that so you will understand what I mean. So that is what I'm talking about. YT people in helicopters going into places where the locals can't go to, and they give weapons, money, and all the things to BH. Let's carry on.
Now, villagers they don't even know who these white people are, and they have no reason to lie to us. Now, we made a mistake when I said some of us on the Boko Haram committee made a mistake. We thought it was the French
There you go. Listen.
that were doing this. Now we have an American congressman said, no, it was the Americans who were doing this.
Now, you see that. So the American he was talking about, he's referring to there is Scott Perry. Scott Perry said that the USAID is being used to fund terror groups like BH, like Al Qaeda, like, you know. So you can hear that. But you will see that at no point is that mentioned by Trump. So when he makes a spurious argument, and let me say this, that assertion that more Christians have been unalived is a falsehood. I can say that because the areas in which these people have been operating has been largely in the north. So by dint of that, if anything, the people that have been unalived are equally from both Christian and Muslim. And this false narrative has been allowed to fester because it cleverly hides the real agenda of the US, which is they don't care whether you're Christian or Muslim. That is none of their business. What they care about is the kind of resources you have in your land and their access to it. Anybody, it doesn't matter whether you're Christian or Muslim, if they don't have, if you are blocking their way, they will fund the groups of like BH. Okay, I'll just say Boko Haram for now. They will fund Boko Haram to clear the people of the land, regardless of whether they are Christian or Muslim. That is the fact. Now, let's carry on.
And when you then add that to the Obama administration,
there you go,
refusing to sell weapons.
Right. So this is the other bit. Now they said they've been funding. They've been that the government has done nothing. The Nigerian government under Goodluck Jonathan, the Nigerian government tried to do something about it. I remember Jonathan recently, he actually went and spoke to a lot of places in the communities. He got out to try and really address this issue. Now, when the Nigerian government decided under Goodluck Jonathan, we are going to confront this. Okay, we need weapons. The US that had been in meetings with 19 Nigerian northern governors in the White House now turned around to the government of Nigeria and said, no, we're not selling you weapons. But they were making sure the helicopters from these NGOs was equipping the Boko Haram. Can you see the hypocrisy? Don't talk to me about, oh, it wasn't under Trump. Please do not make the mistake. It doesn't matter which president it is. The policy of the US is to control resources around the world. Period. To control and to access resources around the world. They have made themselves with the so-called this manifest destiny ideology that they have access. They have the only ones who have access to resources belonging to other people in their land. That those people, they have decided that those people to whom those resources belong do not have the right to access to those resources, that it belongs to the US. That is their stated policy, whoever is in government. If you keep remembering that, then you will know the game that's been played. But if you fall for their lie, oh, Christians, this and that, it is a smoke screen. The US do not care about black Christians. Just go and look at, ask Americans on the ground what they're going through. Ask Americans on the ground, black Americans on the ground, what they're going through. Americans get unalived by white supremacists in a church. 9, 10, 20. The police arrest the white supremacy guy and they take him to either McDonald's or Kentucky to have a meal first. And then you are telling me, oh, they care about Christians. They care about black Christians. We have to really understand, and that's why I'm hoping that by doing programs like this, we need to have a very, very informed decision and understand this is a message now. There is no point. What I'm telling you no African government will come out and tell you this, because they are part of the system. They are betrothed to the system. They are puppets of the system. And if they were to speak, they will be out. We, the people, need to know this. Whatever they're telling us, we can no longer trust. We need to speak up. It is our land. We are the sovereigns. We need to exercise that sovereignty. And we need to make sure that whoever is going to serve in government is somebody that is actually looking at the interests of Africans on the African continent. These puppets, they do not look at the interest of Africans on the African continent. They look at the interest of the colonials who put them in place. It is really important we understand that. Okay, so now let's carry on a bit more with what is saying there.
To us, to Nigeria, on the grounds that we had human rights violations in the way we were dealing with Boko Haram, not in the way we were dealing with ordinary Nigerians, where there were no security issues. Then we got a plane that was going to go and buy weapons in South Africa. Someone tipped off the South Africans. It wasn't a Nigerian who tipped off the South Africans. Who tipped off the South Africans? You have to come to a conclusion that it has to be a power that had access to information.
So you see that now. So when the US were not only intent on ensuring that they did not sell us weapons, the Nigerian government weapons. Remember, the Nigerian government, the federal government of Nigeria, was asking to buy weapons, but the governors in 19 states that were Fulanis were able to get an agreement to get those weapons. Meaning that the weapons that should have been going to the states to tackle collectively the bandits, the Boko Haram, was instead funneled to the Boko Haram. And the US was actively ensuring that the Nigerian government was not able to was not equipped enough to combat the people they had supplied, the 19 states they supplied weapons to. Let me bring you the picture. Because you need to really begin to piece all of this together. So when Trump is telling us, oh, it's a genocide, this is a spurious, lady, oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Help me share the broadcast. If Lady K, if Olua, Lady K, thank you very much. She's a great activist in terms of Yoruba Nation, and she really talks about that. And look, let me say about her. The Nigerian government actually imprisoned this young lady here. She was, because she was speaking up for Yoruba Nation. At the time, she was what's the word? She was in what's his name again? Oloye, yes. Anyway, we call him Oloye. And Adeyemo, and Igboho Osha. She was in the house when they went and attacked the man because he was advocating for Yoruba Nation. They destroyed a lot of that of that house, and they all allowed people. And she was luckily there when when the Nigerian government under Buhari had gone to that house to physically arrest Oloye Sunday Igboho. Now, she recorded, but for her recording of if she hadn't been recording what was happening that day, we would not know what happened. We would not know what happened until today. We would not be aware of what actually happened in that compound. But because she was filming and recording it live, the government realized that somebody was recording this live. So they, although they went in, they pulled back after some time, but not before they unalived 2 people. She was subsequently arrested on the spot, and she spent quite a few months, maybe up to a year, I think, in jail. So I salute her courage. I salute the courage of Lady K Ifeoluwa. Well done. And I'm saying this on camera. I will say it anywhere. She is a champion. She's, giving of herself, the more me of our time, is the term that some use. So thank you very much, Lady K Ifeoluwa. I'm going to try and see if you can join me on TikTok. I'm live on TikTok. That'd be great. No, Lady K. I will look I'll give credit where credit is due. You have put yourself on the line for your people. You have put yourself in the line for your people, in line, and in the line of harm for your people to get us what we wanted. So Lady K is a great person, and she has her own platform, and she talks about mostly in Yoruba. But I am proud to say that this is something that actually, you know what, Lady K, I will bring you on, and you will come and talk about your story another time. I don't want to deviate from this topic now. I want to focus on this topic because this is we're talking about Nigeria and we're going through now. So let me do this actually whilst you are there. I'm going to give you a round of applause on air. Here we go. Round of applause. What round of applause to Lady K? I'm going to give you one more time. Round of applause to you. And we really salute your courage. So keep on with that. Keep on. And yes, of course, now is not the time for discussing Yoruba Nation. But that passion, keep it with you. That a time will come when that will be ready. But keep it going, and we are forever grateful for your commitment to freeing Yoruba people from bondage, because we really are in bondage. So thank you once again. Thank you, Vivian. Thank you so much. Thank you. So yeah, so there are many things that we'll talk about, but I will be in touch with Morimi, I'm saying now, because I have that in mind. Yeah, you're very welcome. Now, so let us carry on with that. Please do share the broadcast and reach more people, and please do help me share this because it's very important for our people to understand. Okay, so now you heard him say that the U.S. government, and I'm please forgive me if I'm spending a particular time on this. Trump never mentioned to you that, oh, by the way, the Nigerian government tried to combat Boko Haram by buying weapons from a so-called allies to combat Boko Haram. Oh, but by the way, the U.S. didn't allow them to buy the weapons. Not only did they not allow them to buy weapons, they circumvented the attempts to go outside of the U.S. and buy weapons. So you now begin to see that this narrative of, Boko Haram and religious genocide is a falsehood. The breakdown, I'm just reason with me. Please type 1, everybody watching. If what I'm saying makes sense to you, type 1, please. I'd like you to, I'll just pause now. Type 1 on the screen as you're watching me. Type 1. If everything, you're very welcome, Lady K. Let me put that up and I'll pin your comment there. So type 1. I'll wait. Type 1 if what I'm saying resonates, if you feel it in your heart that what I'm saying is the truth. Type 1. If it makes sense to you. I can see some ones coming up. Very good. Thank you for those of you who are replying. Type 1 on the screen. Let us see it. Because this is what we need our people to begin to understand. So when you see Trump on air, so there's another one there. People are typing 1. Thank you. I really am grateful for your prompt response. Yeah. So continue. Hopefully I'll be able to bring people on later on, but I need to really bring this together. So you can now see, number 1, the US, they have never said this now, but you heard them say that there were NGOs, planes with white people in it, not French, Americans, coming onto Nigerian soil, dropping equipment, weapons, food, money to Boko Haram on Nigerian soil. Whilst at the same time, when the Nigerian government tried to combat these people, the US actively prevented the Nigerian government from protecting its own people. Please, which part of what I'm saying is democratic? I'd like to know. Which part of what the US has done is democratic? I would like to know. Which part of it? I'd really like to know. I don't think you will find any part of what I've said here democratic. Thank you very much, Vivian. And Folly Alayo, thank you so much for that. Please give us a thumbs up on the screen. Everybody watching, please come, and as you're watching it, make sure you give us thumbs up on the screen, because the algorithm, it will help the algorithm to reach more people. The information that we are sharing on this broadcast right now is really important, and it makes sure we are not worried about what the US is doing. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. As somebody just give us a thumbs up, please do more. We need more people, and share the broadcast. What we need is for our people to know the trickery of the West, of the US, of the colonial system. This is a trick that they're playing on our minds. That's why I told you, when they say they're coming to you with peace, anything they say, oh, we are going to restore peace. No, they want to ferment and permanent cement in place war. Their words are double speak. It is never for you, the audience in their eyes, the captive audience in their eyes. They want to tell you what you need to hear, that they are on your side. But for those who are in the know, they're saying, by the way, we are cementing on them war in their community by carrying out this action. And the action, you would think they're coming to benefit you, but they're not. So please give us a thumbs up. Everybody watching us on YouTube, continue to give us a thumbs up. We really do appreciate you. It's very, very important, and we are grateful for that support. So I'm pausing here because I need us to understand that nobody, thank you very much for the thumbs up. Continue to give us a thumbs up. It will reach more people. Thank you so much, Vivian. Vivian V. Thank you so much. Wow, it's been a while. I need to be in touch with you. Now, please, everybody, know this fact. The US government, not anybody else, they funded Boko Haram. Now, 19 governors went to the US just before this funding took place. 19 northern Muslim governors. 19. Let me show you that picture. If I can find that thing. Now, I showed you earlier, but I want to actually, I'm going to put the picture up, and I'll be mentioning their names. Let me see if I can find it. There's two ways of doing this. Give me 1 sec. I may just find, yeah, you can see them there. Okay, I'll blow this up. Yeah, you can see it. So, now, at the time that the US did this, that is to say, they were getting American helicopter pilots to fly in money, weapons, equipment, etc. to Boko Haram. These were governors in Nigeria. Now, wouldn't you call what they did treason against Nigeria? I'm just asking a question. I don't know. Wouldn't you call what these governors did in going to get a foreign power to supply Boko Haram weapons, is that not treason? Just reason with me. Isn't that treason? Because they swore on oath to protect Nigeria. But the 19 governors, some of whom you see on the screen here, everything they did in 2016 was to pose a direct threat to Nigeria, and to work with those that were denying Nigeria the opportunity to defend itself. This is what many don't know. And we are speaking this truth to power. Please type on the screen, type and share, help us grow the platform. We welcome gifts. Please continue to tap on the screen. Let's get to 50,000 likes before the end of this broadcast. And I'll really be grateful for gifts from yourselves and from others. And those of you on YouTube, please tap on the screen, share the broadcast. We want more people to view and actually help us get this information out there, because a lot of people don't know this. And we can no longer, the mainstream media will not tell you what I have just told you. They will not break this down for you, because the mainstream media is controlled by the colonials. And we need to be very, very clear. So when they're telling you, it's like when in the slavery period, they are going to, the slave master beats the slave. First, it ties the hands of the slave to the back. Then, in fact, it's still happening now, because I'm sorry, in Libya, they've done that to several black men and women. They've tied them up, covered them out, and they're beating them up. That is, in effect, the same process of what has been done to Nigeria by the US, the so-called friend of Nigeria. Tied the hands of Nigeria back and prevented Nigeria from defending itself, and then blame Nigeria for a religious genocide, which they are funding. You remember, Professor Akinyemi said that the weapons, they were denied weapons, and also the people that were, they denied Nigeria weapons, and the people that were coming out of the helicopter were white people in Boko Haram, with Boko Haram, giving them weapons. This is a clear, undisputed fact. And then to cap it all, Scott Perry admitted the USAID has been used to fund Boko Haram. And that is after the meeting with all of these governors. I'm going to mention some key governors that Nigerians may recognize. In that picture, I'm going to blow it up. They see, there's Ganduje. There's Ganduje there. He's the governor of Kano State, I believe. There's El Rufai, back in 2016, a governor of Kaduna State, I think it is. And then there is Shetima. Who is Shetima now? Who is Shetima now? Is Shetima not the vice president of Nigeria? Is Shetima, everything I'm saying, I am not, this, and I thank Professor Akinyemi, because the words he said was, there are documents out there, and I'm not making any false claims. I'm going to get the document out to show you as I'm live on air right now with you. Let me just get that document out for you. 1 second. Because I believe in speaking truth to power. I'm not trying here to spin anything one way or the other. I'm just telling you exactly what is. And that is what we need to do. Our people have been misinformed for too long. Give me a minute. Is that it? No, that's not it. 1 minute. I'll just get the other one. We will get there. I know I have this information somewhere. Sometimes it just suddenly starts playing tricks on you and you're not sure whether it's there or not. Okay. No, that's not it. Okay. One more time. So please tap on the screen and share. You're listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Okay, I think I've got it. I think it might be here. So I'm going to go and do this. Okay, so here is the publication. It was the publication of the Premium Times. Premium Times. I'm going to good. So it's the publication of Premium Times Nigeria, and the date was, I'm going to make sure I get the right date. Sorry about the adverts on there. October 13th, 2016. You can see it on the screen. Those of you watching, you can see it on the screen. I believe in being factual about what I'm doing, and I bring evidence. And you can check it, you see? So, 2016, the US. So, it's not something, oh, by the way, maybe Trump wasn't aware. This is official records in the White House. And Trump makes no mention of this. Yes, they set up Nigeria to fail. Exactly. Ramast. Exactly. They are setting up Nigeria to fail. And then they will blame Nigeria for their actions, for the very actions that they put in place, for it coming to fruition as they planned. They blame Nigeria. Can you see the unseen hand? Can you see the unseen hand now? That is the unseen hand of the colonials in the attempt to destroy Nigeria. We say no. We say no, we do not want. On the evidence of what I'm placing to you before you now, the US is complicit in funding Boko Haram on Nigerian soil. It is time we find a body that starts prosecuting the likes of the US, the likes of France, for the crimes that they've been committing repeatedly against Africa and other global South nations. The UN is not speaking for them. The UN protects them. The UN protects them. That's why we cannot have confidence in anything the UN says. The UN is a puppet of the West. The UN, 3 countries have veto power, or 5 countries. Do you know the 5 countries? Let me tell you. United States has veto power over any decision made in the United Nations. UK has veto power over any decisions made in the United Nations. France has veto power over any decision made in United Nations. And China has veto power. Russia. Those are the 5. Those are the 5 that have veto power over any decision made in United Nations. You can now see the unjustness. There is an unjust power advantage in a system geared to oppress. Like somebody said here, this is exactly. This is betrayal. Don't listen to them, Trump. God bless, help. Listen, whoever it is, Oludaisi Remelekun. I am talking about that the US government are funding. They are funding Boko Haram. They gave them weapons. Not French, not UK. The US government. Listen to Professor Akeyemi. Let me play that to you. Let me play that line. Let me give you the opportunity to hear that again. Because when we're talking about this, people don't walk on hearsay. I want you to use your brain. I want you to use your brain. Don't fall for the okie doke. Yes, listen, Oluyemi, Oludaisi Remelekun. This is the kind of thing we need you to know. Here we go.
To us. Now, we made a mistake when I said we saw...
Sorry, let me go back here.
Program again. Good morning.
Remelekun, listen to these words again.
Good morning, Professor King. And I listened, Rufai, I listened to you earlier on this morning, and you say you want facts.
Listen to the facts, Remelekun, Oludaisi Remelekun, listen.
Into this narrative about USAID funding Boko Haram. Well, I'd like to give you some facts. I served on the Boko Haram committee. Now, 2 + 2 at times has to be equal to 4.
Listen.
So even if I can't give you 4, but I can give you 2 + 2, we will then have to come to the conclusion that I'm giving you 4. I served on that committee, and villagers kept telling us
listen.
that in the middle of the night, helicopters piloted by white people kept landing and offloading guns, goods, and all kinds of and money to these people. Now, villagers they don't even know who these white people are, and they have no reason to lie to us. Now, we made a mistake when I said some of us on the Boko Haram committee made a mistake. We thought it was the French
Listen.
that were doing this.
Listen.
Now we have an American congressman said, no, it was the Americans who were doing this. And when you then add that to the Obama administration refusing to sell weapons to us, I mean to Nigeria.
So, on the one hand, it is clear. Boko Haram, we've been saying it, that Boko Haram was getting weapons from the West. Here is clear evidence. The West, who are telling us we are democratic, we are this, we believe in rule of law, we believe, they were funded. They came, they had a meeting with 19 northern Muslim governors in the White House, where they organized and agreed for the funding of Boko Haram. Governors that were supposed to be protecting Nigeria were working against Nigeria. So Oluremi, let me just get that name. Oludaisi Remilekun. Yeah, I hope that makes sense to you. Is that making sense now? What we're saying? We need to wake up. Oludaisi Remi, yes, Remi, yes. Is that making sense? Let me bring people on. I'm actually going to bring at this point junction. I'm going to add people on. I'm not so sure how long this broadcast will go on. Please share the broadcast and let us hear from you. And I want to hear your thoughts. I'll bring you on actually, Remi, because I want to hear your views, because we need to reach the ordinary people on the streets to begin to connect and let them know the facts. So I'm adding you now. I'm going to add you now. Hopefully, if you can't join me, good. I'll send you an invite. So for a few minutes. And others, if you want to join me live now, throw me an invite. Because we need to break this down. This is not about talking to anybody in government. There's no point. They are captive puppets of the West. They are effectively puppets of the West. Okay. Yeah. Are you there? Are you there? Where are you? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Greetings. Good afternoon. Let me mute this one. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. What would you like to say? Did what I say? What I showed you? Did it make sense at all?
Yeah, but we saw the burial when they were burying all those Christians that were killed.
Okay, hold on.
Is that not confused?
Okay, listen. The burial is correct. The burial, the unaliving of people happened. But what I'm saying to you is that it is not really about Christians or Muslims. That is part of the narrative that they want you to believe, so that you don't focus on the real issue of America on ground in Nigeria giving weapons to Boko Haram, which should not happen. Do you follow what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it was not only Christians that were being unalived, which is wrong. Nobody should be unalived. But Christian and Muslims are also being unalived. But they don't want you to know that, because they don't want you to know that the US government gave weapons to Boko Haram, and the US government prevented Nigerian government from buying weapons to combat the Boko Haram that the US was funding with weapons. Does that make sense? Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, I know it's a lot to take in. I understand that because of what we've been put through. And I'm hoping by doing programs like we've just done just now, you are exactly the demographics that we need to reach. The people who have been sold a lie by the system. And when we are showing you, I mean, this is the man, you are aware of Professor Ade Akinyemi, right? You know him. Okay. So he's a trusted individual. He is a good, how can I put him? He's a seasoned Nigerian, great man, for want of a better word. So he knows about strategy and everything else. So he wouldn't come on a live broadcast and spew nonsense. So when he tells us what is going on, when he tells us that the Boko Haram helicopters were flown in by Americans, giving weapons to Boko Haram, giving them money, giving them food, and then at the same time, the Nigerian government was prevented from buying weapons to combat these same people, then we know that this is a game that's being played by this this set of governors here that you see on the screen. There, all of 19 northern governors went to the meeting in 2016. And as a result of that meeting, they prevented Goodluck Jonathan from defending Nigeria with the military might. But these guys are still working on, and one of them is a vice president right now. One of them is a vice president right now. And he's in the middle, Shetima. One of them is El Rufai. They are all in government. So the reason I'm saying this, we need this to be out in the open. Because we know if they are still in government, that means, what does that mean? It's, you know, so anyway, I hope that makes sense. What are your thoughts? Let's hear your views. I mean, I wanted to know what you think. Anyway, I'll stop for a second. Go ahead. Oluda Isiremilekun, did you want to say something? Okay, I'll wait for. Let me bring others on. It's okay. Thank you very much. Listen, I thank you for coming on first time, and I really like the fact that you're speaking, and I'll let you speak. Let me bring others in again, because I think there's quite a few people that want to speak about this. So we will let take turns and speak. Greetings all. How you all doing? Yeah. Okay, I got a bit of time. We will carry on with this. Okay. Welcome. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Hello.
In the night time. It's only bread. It's only bread.
One second.
But for me, I like having myself.
Hold on. I need to do one at a time. So, okay. So I think I'm going to go for Ola. Olamide Kola. Go ahead. Let's hear from you. What would you like to say? Based on what you're seeing on the screen. Greetings and welcome. Let's hear from you. Go ahead. Good afternoon. Yeah, go ahead.
I was so surprised with what I see, because actually, for this Kasim Shettima, this news already been trend a long time ago, but I was like, it might not be him. It might not be him.
Well,
so now I can see again on the screen.
There you go.
I was like shocked.
There you go. And he was in that. Let me show you the meeting. Because we don't know this, and we've not been allowed to connect the dots. Oh, sorry.
Man.
So, and that is why
I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, basically, I'm saying that is why we've not been able to connect the dots, because they've been hiding all of this from us. It's been hidden from us for so long that we don't know. So, back in 2016, Shettima was a governor. Yeah. So all of them went into the White House. They were in the White House from 18th of October to 21st of October. And at that meeting, some kind of arrangement was made where Boko Haram was being funded. Shortly after that, Goodluck Jonathan wanted to buy weapons to protect the people from Boko Haram. The US, I don't know, did you hear the professor saying that the US didn't allow Nigeria to buy weapons? Did you hear, or should I play back?
Yeah.
Okay, let me play back. 1 second. I'll mute myself here 1 second. Okay, let me just see this. Let me play back. Give me 1 sec, because it's important we understand this step now. Okay. So, yeah, it is very important we understand the steps now. Let's go ahead. 1 second. Okay, so there's people that want to join me, but we will talk one at a time. I'll give you a few minutes and I'll carry on. So now, let me play that beat again.
I mean, on the grounds that we had human rights violations in the way we were dealing with Boko Haram, not in the way we were dealing with ordinary Nigerians where there were no...
1 second, let me go back again.
And when you then add that to the Obama administration refusing to sell weapons to us, to Nigeria, on the grounds that we had human rights violations in the way we were dealing with Boko Haram.
So did you hear that, my brother? Did you hear that? You see now that on one hand, the US were giving weapons. They were flying in weapons by helicopter, dropping it into Boko Haram in the north. But then when the government of Nigeria wanted to defend the people by buying weapons, they said no. And the people that were organizing for the government for Boko Haram to have these weapons were part of them was this guy here, Shetima, and others, El Rufai, 19 governors. So when we are talking about this, I'm not saying this as a matter of hate. It's a matter of fact. So when the US are saying, so when everybody's going, oh, the US will come and fight in Nigeria, but they are the ones behind the problem. They are trying to destabilize your country. What are your thoughts anyway, my brother? How do you view this? Let me hear from you. Aha. Okay. Yeah, what would you like to say? Go ahead. Olamide, did you want to say something? Do you want to add anything more before I move to the next person? Go ahead.
We can go to the next person.
Okay. Did it? Oh, so, okay. Try not to have a headache. Just try to. I want you to just use logic to. We have to break this down, each and every one of us, to understand it, so we can then have the appropriate response to the situation. But thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I'll come back to you. Okay. So you can see now that when we are doing this, what we're doing now, it is challenging the received perception already that we've been conditioned to accept falsehood as fact. And many people now, when they now realize what's been happening, it takes them a while to actually pick up and go, whoa. And that's what people are going through, and that's understandable. But let's go to the next person. Let me go to Mabja. Mabja, go ahead. Let me just go to Mabja.
Yes, my brother.
Greetings. Yes. What would you like to say? Welcome. Let's hear from you.
Yes, greetings. For me, it's just a question, because all the time I've been wondering, a country as big as Nigeria, with the highly educated people, with the highly trained soldiers, healthy soldiers, the old battalion you have, Nkomog is there. How can you fail to fight a group as Boko Haram? Yes, we can say it's not easy. Yes, it's not easy, but you have the army. Why don't you pay attention and focus to that? But now when I hear you talking, analyzing this whole situation, now I see where the problem lies. The problem lies in ourselves. We are not honest amongst each other. We are not honest among each other. We are backbiting. I remember my mother, he told me in Swahili, Kikulacho kinguoni mwako. What bites you is in your clothes. Now I see why my mom was saying that. Nigeria, they can fight Boko Haram within 3 months, finish. But the problem is within Nigeria. They all, man. That's all I wanted to say. Because when I was in Uganda, my mama's land, and we were with Museveni in the bush, and we took over. You hear their rebels coming from north, from south. We send battalion. We're gonna be there. Come rain, come storm, come years, doesn't matter, until we approve them out. Nigeria, if Uganda, a small country, can do that, Nigeria can do that 100 times better.
Absolutely.
Come on. We are tired of these people.
Exactly.
Go ahead. That's all my comment I wanted to say.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for your forthright comment. I agree with you. We need to fix ourselves. We need to fix ourselves. And before you can fix a problem, you have to first identify the problem. Once you identify the problem, now you can now set about fixing it. So this is that's the first thing we're doing now. We are identifying what the problem is. And we've now understood that some of us, namely the people you see here, these people that you see here, all 19 northern governors, they worked against the Nigerian government. That is treason. They worked against the Nigerian government, and they have not been made to pay for what they've done. They worked against the Nigerian government. And you heard Professor Akinyemi say it. These men were working to ensure that Boko Haram was funded. They arranged for the US to come and bring weapons for this Boko Haram. But then the US government made sure that the Nigerian government was not able to defend Nigerians against Boko Haram that they themselves armed. You had the young Professor Akiyemi state that people in the villages were saying white people were coming with helicopters and giving Boko Haram guns. That's the reality. So we need to address this in-house. Now, I will just add, this is, for me, this is the clear evidence why we say we do not want the US to invade Nigeria. Because they are part of the problem. The US is part of the problem. They can never be part of the solution. So those of you who are saying US should come in, the US created this problem. That's the reality. So that is one side. On one side, we need to be very clear that US is part and parcel of the problem. Now, the other side of it is that for as long as people that carried out what is effectively treason against Nigeria are still in high positions in Nigeria, how do we fix Nigeria? How? How do we fix Nigeria? We can't fix it. So, we can't fix it. We cannot fix a situation where somebody comes and they actually make statements that is obvious that they are not for the interest of the masses. They are for themselves. And this is what we have to address. If we are going to build any nation, the first thing to do is to fix this massive wrong. The government, and we need to really apologize to Goodluck Jonathan. I apologize. Chai! I apologize. The guy was put through hell. And we didn't know. We didn't know what he was put through. He fought for his people. He fought to a standstill. But they were putting everything to prevent him from standing up for Nigerians. And these are the same people who are now telling us, oh, by the way, Nigeria is a genocide, a religious genocide. It is not. The people who are being unalived, it is not about the people. We have to be very clear. It's about the resources. In Kwara State, there are rare earth metals that the US wants. There is lithium. Now, Elon Musk tried to get Nigeria to sell with lithium. Elon Musk tried to get Nigeria to sell lithium, unprocessed lithium, to him so that they can do the finished product. Nigeria said, no, we want the Nigerian government, salute to the Nigerian government. We want you to come and build the factory in Nigeria. They said, no. They just want to take the resources out of Nigeria. So anywhere in Nigeria and anywhere else where there are resources, the US don't care about whether you're Christian or Muslim. They only care about the resources in your land. And this is what we need to understand. We have been played against each other. Northerners, aside from your leaders, please, I am appealing to Northerners direct. Wake up. Your leaders have allowed themselves to be played. And they tell us, if a leader cannot abide by the law that he swore on oath to defend and protect, why is he still a leader? Why? Yes. Northerners hate and dividing Southerners not to challenge them. Exactly. It's the same. You see, the Northerners are doing exactly what the US are doing to all of Africa, to Southerners. Divide and rule. I hope many people begin to understand.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good morning.
Greetings. Sorry. Oh, okay. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, my brother, go ahead. Sorry.
What I want to say is this.
Hold on. Sorry, beg your pardon. Who came? Sorry.
Sorry, my dear brother.
One second.
Do you want to continue?
Yeah, let him. I'll come back to you. It's well. Sorry.
I have not said anything.
Sorry.
Jumped me.
Sorry. It's well. I'll come back to you. One second.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, and I'll come back to you. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry. We are gonna. Good afternoon,
everybody on the panel.
Good afternoon. Yeah, welcome.
I must thank you, sir.
Thank
for
you.
what you are doing.
Thank you.
And what I want to say about this,
Yeah.
you know, if you don't diagnose what is happening to you from the beginning, you will never get it.
Mm.
This problem of Nigeria, you know, now everybody is talking about.
Yeah, go ahead.
Everybody is calling America, America, America. They want to do this, they want to. This is not the problem of Nigeria.
Mm.
The problem of Nigeria is the British. They are the problem of Nigeria from the beginning. They caused the civil war in Nigeria. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's not bantering, calling our brothers bandit and all this and that. I don't believe in all these things. What I believe is the British should leave Nigeria. They should take away their hand. Look, some of us live in Britain. Some of us live in Europe. Europe practice regional system of government. Why can't we practice it?
Exactly.
In 1963, is it not what we are practicing?
Yes.
Before they use military coup to destroy everything. At the end of the day, this man that is playing a ghost role, what do you call him, Abusalam Abubakar,
Yes.
he bring a constitution that does not take us to nowhere. The constitution never take us. All this from Obasanjo till today, they will do constitutional review till today. No, none of them, because the 19th state of Northern doesn't want it to scale through till today.
Yeah.
If you are president of Nigeria, you have the highest power. You have the power more than even Trump. But you can never utilize that 10% of that power. What is wrong with Nigerians?
Yeah.
Who go, they call Nigeria the most educated people, they do this and that, go to everywhere in the country. Nigeria is scattered all over. We are running away from our country because of bad leaders. Now they have pushed Nigeria to tribal sentiment, religious sentiment.
Yeah.
Now everybody will be, it's my tribe. Even if your tribe is a thief, my thief is better than your thief. This is what is happening. Nigeria is a crime scene. It's a crime scene. If you want to buy now, just take your flight to Nigeria, then you get yourself buy. That is it. But if we don't, we that live, because the most problem Nigeria have is even people living in abroad that is orchestrating so many narratives. Is it not last 3 months or 4 months that Babangida came out and said that the queue that they used to antagonize the Igbo people is not an Igbo queue? Is it not 3 months ago? But he has been alive for a very long time. He never said something like this. So now, my headway is this. Please, Nigerians, wherever you are, let's push this government to go back to the 1963 constitution that we have. Let's push them. There's nothing America is coming to do for us. If you cannot clean your house, sanitize your house, an outsider can never sanitize it
for you.
These 19 state governors should be arrested. They are the problem of Nigeria. I can bet you, do you know that since 2006, Nigeria have never had census? Every time these people claiming they are professors, they are this, they will go to TV station and be saying Nigeria is 250 million, Nigeria is this, Nigeria. Where did you get that narrative? Where did you get that figure?
Thank you.
When for 20 years, next year we'll make it 20 years, Nigeria. And do you know the problem? Because the 19th state of Northerners doesn't want it to happen. They don't want us to know. And how can you be budgeting for, you have a household, you don't know how many children you have, and you're budgeting for them? How can now? I don't understand where this narrative is coming. Please, I beg all Nigerians, no matter what Tinubu and his gang are doing in that Asorok, please, we need to push these criminals away. We need to push them away. We need to ask them to take us back to 1963. We don't need all this thing. You live in Europe. There's no Europe place that is fighting, because you can't use my money to go and be building something in any other place. You use my money to build, because that is the major problem. If we continue bantering words, calling our thief, your thief is better than my thief, it can lead us nowhere. It can lead us. Nigeria is giant of Africa in a paper, not in anything, because we doesn't want it to be so. We are so much tribalistic. And the Northerners, do you know the things the Northerners do? Anytime a Southerner is in the power, they will start orchestrating so many things. Now this one has backfired. The only thing that the Southern did now is just allow that nonsense to be getting to us.
Yes.
Because if for me, you should remain in the north, so that they will be killing themselves. They will be inviting. Look at Buhari. Buhari is dead now. Now this is what he and El-Rufai
Yes.
and some of them. Now America is indicting Kwankwaso over this issue now. Look at, is it not them that brought all this killing machine? That Jonathan, if Jonathan did not concede, then Nigeria will go. This is what they want Nigeria to be. And American hand and Britain is in it. So let us not only call it America. The British, I hate them with passion. I am not hiding my own, because they are living fine in their country. Then look at how they make our country to be. We can never live. Our children is scattered all over. Not even the ones that is using their leg to pass Mediterranean Sea to come to Europe. Look at what is happening. We are running away. And the people, those useless people, will still start telling you that Nigeria is over 250 million. Where did you get that narrative? Where? When the majority of us is in Europe suffering. We are suffering in Europe. There's so many of us that we're not supposed to be in Europe. We're not supposed to be in Europe. Anyway, let me drop my mic here. Thank you and God bless.
Wow. Thank you, my brother. A round of applause for your comments. Honestly, my brother, Wilson Emeka, you have to. I hope I'm following you, and I'm going to make sure I'm following you as well. And I'll add you. You honestly, very wise words that you said, and many should take heed of what you said there. It's really important. We need the 1963 Constitution. I agree, and I'm going to do a program exclusively on that. I'm going to write that down. I'll be doing a program exclusively on the 1963 Constitution as a way forward, because regional governance is what we want, and I think that's part of what the government is probably looking into. And I would hope, at least I hope so. I hope the Nigerian government is looking at, adopting the 1963 Constitution or the Confab report, under again, a lot of good stuff. We're now beginning to realize that under the Goodluck Jonathan governance, he did a lot of work despite the uphill task in front of him, so I would applaud him on that. Okay, let me go to, who else wanted to speak now? Okay, it's well, go ahead. Then I'll bring Ademola Labu. Okay,
yeah.
Go ahead. Thank you for waiting as well.
Greetings, Elder.
Greetings. Yeah, go ahead.
There are some certain things that it's no good to joke with. If you notice, for a while, Nigerians themselves, both online and the government, they have joked with the word terrorist so much. They called IPOB terrorist. They call this one terrorist. They come on TikTok and everywhere, both Twitter and all media houses, always hammering on terrorists. Okay, now people want to come to help you fight terrorists. If you say now that there is no terrorist in Nigeria, that means you are a joke. You are a joker. You see, because I went to, I just went to make a brief research. And I discovered that even the current president and the rest has gone as far as going to White House to beg them to come and help them to fight the terrorists.
Well,
so now what will he say? And you see the videos that is coming out, especially Benue people and all those houses.
Yes.
Which is a justifiable fact. Crying every day.
My brother, I don't.
Life
one second.
Their family members in the ID camp.
I agree with you.
For a long time, what has government done to return them back?
Exactly.
You see, all these things, when you pile it up, it is enough for somebody to take decision.
Yes.
Remember, UN give America the power to intervene in a country where there is a massacre and defenseless people. And these people are defenseless people. Okay, now they are vulnerable. Even as I'm telling you today, these people are vulnerable.
Yes.
What has the government done? And what do they plan to do? Should they remain vulnerable? The government even expected them to swift into an action this week.
Yes.
Not even waiting for America or asking people to come and talk, or
Yes.
Pastor, you talk, or this one talk. No, action. Defend people, let them go back to their village.
Yes. Yes.
If they don't do that, they are joking, they are complacent.
No, you
The people are vulnerable.
Yeah. What is the solution? What do you think? What can be done from your point of view? What can people do themselves? And what should the government do?
What can be done is, I expect the federal government of Nigeria to go to Benue, Middle Belt, and other side and build their army headquarters there, and return the people to their village. No more ID camp, entirely displaced camp. Let people begin to live life, and they have 24-hour security for them. Period.
Okay.
Then they will now discuss with America. That is what I expect them to do. All these things people are ranting. We know that is genocide. What is genocide? Genocide is unaliving of unarmed people.
Yes.
When they are sleeping or sitting down or resting. Go and check a UN charter.
Yes, indeed.
So that is what I expect Nigeria to do, to take decisive action now, immediately.
Well said. Well said.
Why would they leave people vulnerable like that? So thank you, my leader.
Thank you so much. Thank you. A round of applause. Yes, we need to take action, and I agree. We need our government to stand up for the people. We need the government to stand up for the people and defend the people. Just like Jonathan government was trying to do, the government must now do the same. The only thing is that those who perpetrated this crime, they are still in government. Some of them are in government. What is the government doing to actually make an example of them? That's the question we are asking. But thank you so much. It's well. Let me go to Alhaji Ajibade, then I'll go to Ademola Adelabu, I think it is. Olabu. Go ahead, Ademola Alhaji. Go ahead. Greetings. Welcome. What would you like to say?
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon. What would you like to say? Welcome on board.
Thank you, my brother. God bless you.
Ashe.
I'm see every Nigerian see everything now. We don't need to debate on talk too much. This government, Tinubu, they will do everything perfect. That's why US they convince. America they did confess. You will see changes. I believe that one. I no need to blame everybody, both governor, both president, both house, everybody. I can't blame anybody. Everybody knows America is controlling this country for us, both British. Now they know what to do. They know what to do. I believe this Tinubu, this man will do right thing.
We hope so.
Everybody know not that they do rubbish. Everybody know in Nigeria. But man, this Yoruba man, they will change everything perfect.
Okay.
Both Igbo and Hausa and Yoruba, everybody will enjoy this country now. We are independent now. Just forget everything. You are independent now.
But how do we? If people who have gotten away with their crimes, if they are still in power, how can we combat Boko Haram and all that? How can we if we don't deal with them? Make an example.
Hello, my brother.
Yes.
My brother.
Yeah.
Every Nigerian know everything. Both Africa or Nigeria know if anything is going on.
Okay.
Very soon now, this country will change. I don't need to talk. I'm a Yoruba man.
Yes. Okay.
I know the man is there.
Okay. Good.
The man have sense. Everybody.
Quick question.
You have sense.
Let me
see changes.
Let me ask you a question. What do you think of regional governance? What do you think?
That's the best thing. That regional government is the best thing.
Good.
The man enters wrong. He stop everybody. Go back to region. Man don't get sense.
Good.
From there, the America, they convince.
Okay. So
But God will bless everybody.
So we
I don't need to talk too much.
Okay,
Please,
thank
my
you.
brother.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for your comments. I appreciate that. And thank you for being so succinct. Very important. Okay. The fact that he likes regional governance is also a good sign. And I like that, because that is what we need. And again, it ties into the 1963 Constitution, like my brother earlier on said. Let me go to Ademola Abu, I think it is. Go ahead. Ademola, are you there? Yeah, greetings.
Yes.
Welcome, my brother.
I've been listening to you.
Yeah.
I've been listening to what you've been saying. I agree with the speaker before. It's well. He said he said the proper thing. But the one question is, did the North agree Nigeria is governed the same way as America? So America, USA. So USA has become Nigeria's ally, right? Because they've got the similar governments, right? Now, the only thing I disagree with the USA on this situation is that why did they make it so global? What they could have done is ask the government that we want to secure the Christians in your country. So we don't have to invade Nigeria, but we can come over as a security force and to lessen the attacks of the terrorists. That's all they had to do. Why did you have to make it such a big situation that you're gonna invade a prosperous country like Nigeria? Yeah, they can't just come and invade a prosperous, wealthy country, strong, educated people like Nigeria. They should have just made it a simple situation, like just like the Yoruba wanted to provide security for in the north.
Yeah.
With
you mean in the south?
Concerning the herdsmen who are troubling the lands there. Yeah. All they had to do was ask, because now you're an ally of USA, so they're gonna come over anyway. But the thing is, they should be more discreet about the situation. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And the simplest thing they should have done is just say they're coming. The other part of it, whether they're coming to get your minerals, that's different, because we know we're not gullible people in Nigeria. We're very efficient at doing business. The only thing is we're not powerful military. Yeah? And because we're not powerful military, you've allowed this man to make it a global situation, which I don't think he's going to invade Nigeria, because it's going to involve different countries. It could even cause World War III if he invades Nigeria. And the end thing I want to say, the North are always working for the US ally, the USA's enemies. And that's the reason why USA wants to come to Nigeria. Because if the North gets hold of all the minerals in Nigeria, they're going to sell it to Iran. They're going to sell it to Saudi Arabia. They're going to in countries, yeah, and that's what the problem is right now.
Okay,
they're gonna sell it to all USA's enemies, but USA should have said, "Let us come over and protect the churches and all that in the north."
Okay,
yeah?
Okay.
The South's got enough power for that to happen.
Okay, all right. You
understand? Nigeria should start using their brain with the intelligence and the strength in numbers that they've got. But we don't do that. You know what I mean? The North is just working for other Muslim African countries. Yeah? And that's what's messing up Nigeria. That's why I like what Itzwell said. He said it differently from me, but he knows what I'm trying to say as well.
Yeah.
And I also know what you're trying to say.
Thank you.
Regional government is good.
Thank you.
That's all I have to say.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your words, Ademola Alabu. Thank you. I'm really glad you contributed, and you said interesting words about how we can, really take control of our land. The only thing I would say is that I believe that we don't need the American influence on us. They shouldn't invaders. They have no right to. And sadly, they have yet to apologize for actually arming BH. Sorry, guys, I cannot use the word. I cannot use the name of the company of that group, terror group now, because every time I mention them, I notice that I get flagged. So just call them BH, because it looks like TikTok is looking for reasons to flag the platform. So just say, once we say BH, we understand. We understand what they're saying. So we understand what's going on. But thank you very much, my brother, for your comments there. Let me give you a round of applause for your thoughts as well, and taking the time to explain it. Let me go to who else hasn't spoken. Okay, Mabija. You there? You've been waiting. Do you want to speak? Let's hear from you. You've been waiting. Thank you.
Yes, my brother. Yes.
Greetings. Welcome. What would you like to say?
Greetings once again.
Yeah, go ahead.
I spoke already, and I've been.
Oh yes, I remember.
Saying,
yeah.
And I pick good points, and some of them they say really major points where they make sense. But for me, on my opinion, Nigeria doesn't need America. Who is America to Nigeria? Nigeria is a sovereign country where it can do its own thing. So we have enough resources to sustain us and get the manpower. Only what we need is the right to buy the weapons. And we have the boys who are ready, sleeping in the barracks. They can do the job. And people need to unite. Nigeria need to come together. North, south, doesn't matter. We are all same Nigerians.
Exactly.
And we fight this group and uproot them out. That's all. And those who are really causing this trouble in a parliament, those that need to be jailed.
Yeah.
Simple.
Exactly.
The law needs to do its job. The law needs to work. The law needs to be put in perspective.
Yes.
People who are committing this kind of offenses, who are behind this, needs to go behind bars. Simple. That's their home.
Fantastic.
That doesn't matter. That's how it goes. That's all my contribution I wanted to say.
Thank you. Thanks again. Thanks for coming back again. I really appreciate that. Make sure everybody make sure we follow my brother there if he's okay. I can't follow me. We'll keep following you, and I'll bring you back in as and when. Thank you so much. I'll miss you for now. Okay. Aka Adeyinka, AK Adeyinka. Are you ready to speak? I see you're on. Aki Adeyinka, do you want to speak? Adeyinka, are you there? Okay, whilst we're waiting for Adeyinka, I'm going to just mention the names of this. Hello, okay, you're here.
Hello,
welcome.
sir.
Hello, welcome. What would you like to say? Welcome on board. Let's hear from you.
Well, I just want to say something about what is happening in the country. I think we have to be careful for whatever the US must have said about Nigeria. I think, to me, Nigeria is still a very great nation and a giant nation. So the thing is that we should be united, because this is the time we need to be united and stand on our feet, that this is what we want. We know they have been trying as much as possible to make the country ungovernable, and which is not supposed to be. Because if you look at it, it's what we are still practicing in the country is neocolonialism. It's not, we don't have total freedom. These guys, they are guiding us every time. So neocolonialism is the order of the day, and they want to make the country ungovernable, which is not supposed to be. We can do it ourselves. If we really united, we should shun off the tribalism, nepotism, statism, and what have you. Because if you don't do that, we will not be able to achieve the best for ourselves, because they're just looking for opportunity to come to our country to destabilize everything for us, which is not supposed to be. Now, I think what really triggered the US president saying he wants to come to the country is a video made by one Ezekiel.
Yes, I saw it.
Although we are all human. Made by Ezekiel, saying that about 501 people have been killed. Calling it genocide.
Say on a live.
Genocide, because have they forgotten that Muslims have also been killed?
Pi. Thank you.
Pi.
Yes, F1 in the chat. Yes.
And the Christians. Everybody is involved. It is not only Christians Yes, Muslims also are involved. So that is, we should think very well. Whatever step we want to take, we should think very well before we say anything, because we should be united. If you are united, everything will be okay for everybody.
Indeed.
Like you rightly said, Jonathan, during the Jonathan time, he tried to make sure that everything is in order and all these Chibok girls are released. But unfortunately, there were some set of people against him. They joined together, and that was when the issue of DH came in.
Okay, thank you. Exactly.
So now, we should know what to do, cooperate. If we are united, everything will be okay for us. But if you are not united, we put tribalism, sectionalism, statism, or what have you, we will not be able to achieve it. So thank you very much, because this is a very good platform to be. So the way forward is that let's go back to 1963 Constitution.
Yes, thank you.
So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Well said. I really like your comments. Adeika, come again. I'm going to be following you. I'm adding you to follow as well. Fantastic. Well said. I think I don't need to add anything more. You've said it all. And I agree with your comments there. And this is what we need. We need radical, clear thinking like this to solve our own problems. I'm really glad for everything you said there. We got to be smart. We have to put our smarts on. It's time to put our smarts on. We are intelligent, amazing people. And once we start doing things along the right line, nobody can stop us. I firmly believe that. Let us go to the next person. Dream Coach, I believe you've been there. Waiting. Dream Coach, let's hear from you. Would you like to say something? Dream Coach, thank you. Thank you for waiting. Go ahead.
Wow, hello, brother. How are you all doing?
Hi, Dream Coach. Fantastic. Welcome. It's a pleasure to speak to you. Oh, thank you. Go ahead.
Likewise, it's a pleasure to come back.
Yes, welcome.
The right time
yes, it is.
Come back after some
time. Yes, it really is. No, I'm sure you know the issue anyway. Yeah, go ahead.
I just joined, obviously, but what I have heard as I came in, I think it's very, very powerful already. I mean, and I'm so happy that, to the ancestors, that we are speaking this way finally. A few years ago, 20 years ago, who would have thought that we would be having this type of conversation? When I certainly left Nigeria, the problem of the religious war and everything that have been incited in Nigeria has been going on for quite a long time.
Indeed.
And to add the BH, because I remember when I left Nigeria, before I left Nigeria, there was wars going on in the north, and people are being massacred left and right. So this has been an age-old thing that is now, it's now come to an head. It's now come to a head for all of us. For me, it's about the time that is taking. How many people need to be quiet before our government, before our people, before the world knows? So it's not only in Nigeria. Yes, we're talking about Nigeria. We're also talking about Congo as well, Sudan. So and this is across Africa where this has been happening. So we don't need the West to keep doing what they are doing, because they are the one funding the instruments of war. So why are we looking to bring these same people who are the cause of the problem covertly to come and resolve? There's something that I've often wanted to say, because what the West does, or what they've historically have done, they've used this Hegelian dialectic principle. And the Hegelian dialectic principle, I'll just briefly talk about it. It's about creating a scenario. When you create a scenario, and then you get people to react to it. When people react to it a lot, then you come back and bring a solution to what you have already created. just because you want to promote a specific narrative. So this has been the whole process from time immemorial, even in the West and all parts of the world. This is the same tactic that they've been using and they are using today now. So why are we expecting that the solution is going to come, or why are we wanting the solution to come from the place where the problem came? And not to people in this forum, because I feel like a lot of us on this forum are very enlightened and we know what the issues are. But I'm just saying that for the fact that I'm on this forum, I'm just saying the principle of what they've been using is been an age-old tactic of the dialectics. When you go to YouTube and search Hegelian dialectic, you just see the principle, you see the process there, and it's been the same process.
Indeed.
It's been the same process that they've used all throughout the whole world.
Wow.
You know. So let's come to Nigeria. So this has been going on. So why is it now? My own concern is, why is it now that US is reacting? We must then beg the question as to, what are they trying to divert us from? Because there's something that they are trying to divert us from when Trump is saying, okay, I want to, I've not read the story, I've not read it, I'm just listening to what people are saying just now.
Okay.
So what are they trying to divert us from this issue? Because we have resources in Nigeria, we have specific resources in Nigeria that has attracted the world thus far. So if we are bringing people who are inciting the same problem, what good is that going to do? I think this is what we should knock home really strongly, that no external influence. We have the capacity, we have the resources. If Nigeria can just get off their knees and stop begging. I listened to someone recently who said, people have been praying for Jesus to come and save. For Jesus, why is it that Trump is coming instead of Jesus to come down and save? I mean, I was laughing at that statement, by the way. So we see that at the end of the day, we have to stand up and save ourselves.
Absolutely, indeed.
And it's right now is the time. It's not tomorrow. Boko Haram, what have they been doing? What is in that region? I mean, BH, what is in that region?
Yeah.
What is in that region that BH has been touting on? And what is in the region that Trump and the US is coming to save? What are they coming to save? Who are they coming to save? Who are they coming to save?
Yeah. Indeed.
It's the question. So we have to ask these hard questions.
Very good point there, Dream Coach. Wow. Thank you for the insightful manner in which you delivered the deep insight. Thank you so much. We need to be asking those kind of questions. Why now? Why are they here? What are they trying to do? And why is it that they at this particular juncture? And why is it that they feel that they are the solution to the problem, when clearly they are the problem? They are the ones instigating the problem with the Hegelian dialectics. Or I think, what did you call it again? Remind me. Hegelian, what do you call it again? Coach? I think it's called Hegelian something. I'll look it up. So we need to be asking questions, and that is very, very important. And like I said, we're bringing this information up because now Hegelian dialectic. Thank you very much.
Sorry, it's Hegelian dialectic.
Yes, yeah. I'm going to actually look it up on the and bring it up so that we can know. And I think we need to know this type of terms, because that way we can recognize it. Because and like you said, they create a problem. They will say that they will do a scenario where they create a problem. and then they will come up with solutions. Doing that, and that's the same thing they do over and over and over and over. And we need to be aware of that. So thank you very much for that. Let me go to University of Biafra. Welcome, brother. Let's hear from you. Been a while, Bright. From you, Bright. Go ahead. Oh, Bright, are you there? Oh, can you hear me?
Citizen AY, can you hear me? Please?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear. Loud and clear. Go ahead. Well, been a
Thank
minute.
you,
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I got you today.
Yeah. We finally linked up. Yeah, it's been a minute. Yes. How are you? How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. It's getting there slowly, much better. But you know, hopefully we're managing on the right track now. So that's why I've been away. But thank you so much for asking. Thank you. What would you like to say? Thank you. Go ahead.
I'd like to make some comment. I appreciate that people are coming up to speak. What I want to say that what people are talking about resources and all that, Nigerian people never benefited from any of the resources that are in the land, right? So, and I believe that most of the countries in Africa, they are artificial creation. They are not indigenous creation, like people gather together and say, let us build this umbrella to build the land, or to develop us, develop our people, develop our land to our own taste, what we want to see, what we want to leave behind for
the coming
our
generation.
offspring that are coming forth, the next generation. It never happened like that. It has always been the interest of the people who created the land. And they create this land. Since then, war came to our land, killings come. And the Nigerian government is directly involved in terrorism. The facts are there. And people have been trying to be hypocritical about it. I don't know what we want to see. Well, I don't know what type of future that elderly people want to leave behind for the next coming generation. So, for America coming in to intervene, and people are talking about resources for us in the South. If they want to take the resources, let them take it. Perhaps they help us neutralize any element that is capable of harming our people. We have seen Boko Haram members being recruited and inaugurated, put into the army, sent into our land, and they are destroying our young generation.
Yes.
If close to 50% or more than 50% of your young generation cannot survive in your home, they have to go and seek a better life elsewhere. So that is strange. That is dangerous. So we have even tried very hard to separate from it. We are enslaved. We are in bondage. So we cannot be able to continue with that. We want to see a peaceful environment, a peaceful society. We want to have a clean environment. We want a place where every voice counts. Democracy is when everybody participates, everybody contributes, and everybody's voice counts.
Yeah.
So this is what we want to see in our society. For Nigeria, it is not created for us. In short, it is taking our life, our young life away from us. So if people are saying, of course, we like unity, separating from Nigeria is not a disunity. It even give you the independence and the sovereignty to be able to help your neighbor. You know, but with Nigeria, this is not happening. Nigeria have been able to create a level of hatred that makes our people's lives to be very, very much in danger. We are not naive. We understand how people view us. We understand the type of treatment we get, both in the times of sharing revenue, allocations, and so many other things, infrastructure. We've seen how we have been, we know we have been taking record, we are documenting and keeping record of all our properties that are being destroyed inside the Nigeria. Outside Southeast, South, we see how our people are being treated.
Yeah.
This thing was happening in the 20th century, and our people tried to disengage from Nigeria. And it cost us more than 3 million of our children were killed. Pregnant women, their stomach were cut open, and their babies were smushed out from their body.
Yeah.
So we were unalived.
Yeah.
So we cannot continue that. That is, if you are capable of unaliving 3 million of my children, then you don't want me to survive. You don't want my generation to exist. It means that the intention of Nigeria is to wipe me out of existence. And the people are trying to pass around the real truth. The real truth is that they are installing jihad, and many foreign mercenaries are coming in, and people who it has not happened to somehow try to behave as if nothing is happening. That is you like pain. You like to see your neighbors suffer. That is, for us, that is very dangerous. So even me, what I'm saying to American people and the West and the people of the world is that if they do not help us, they will unalive all of us. And that's a fact. We have been resisting, we even graduate from resisting again and start resisting the Nigeria itself. And the people of Nigeria has developed a heavy amount of hatred against the people in the South.
Yeah.
So if we really need to survive, because Nigeria can never be the way it was before, it's not going to be possible. So people who are condemning America, they have their right, but they should also they should also be able to listen to other opinions that might not suit their interest. So since there are people who have a special interest to be Nigeria, it is not working for us. And I believe that when we are able to manage ourselves, we'll be able to assist others. But in as far they let us to stay in Nigeria and be suffering and see our young men run away abroad to suffer in exile, we are not going to accept such a life. That is not a life.
Okay, what I hear you, Bright. What solution do you prefer right now? I hear you, and I agree. And in fact, I subscribe to the idea of having the regional devolution of government, like the 1963 Constitution. I subscribe to that. But right now, what do you think is the best to actually stop the unaliving of our people? What can be done? You know, because I think that's where we look at. If we're looking at the big picture of what you're saying, that's going to be medium to long term. But in the immediate future now, like tomorrow, like today, what would you say is the best solution going forward? Because we have to get from where we are to where you want to get to, but there has to be a bridge between that.
Where we want to get to, we will not be able to get there ourselves because we have been muzzled by Nigeria, and we cannot. Citizen AY, you and I cannot bear arms in public, and because it's against the law.
Okay.
But there are people who are bearing it.
Okay.
And they are having, some kind of negotiation with the government.
Okay.
And when people are misunderstanding Trump, people are trying to misconstrue the idea of Trump. Trump never said he's going to invade Nigeria, or he's going to stop, he's going to fight Nigeria. He said he wants to fight these elements that are hurting Nigerians. Okay. So if somebody says that Muslims and Christians are being killed, then why are you afraid of intervention?
Hold on.
Somebody wants to come now to help.
Use the word unalive, please. Don't use
Okay, yeah.
But okay, Bright, only for time purposes. I've got somebody else.
Question for you, my brother. Are you living for Nigeria? Please, are you living for Nigeria?
Are you living?
Your question is not correct.
He's saying, are you living in Nigeria?
Living for Nigeria.
Are you living for Nigeria?
Why will I live for Nigeria? I'm living for myself and my family.
Nigeria. If you are not living in Nigeria, can't anything happen to Nigeria?
How can you chase me from my home and tell me that I'm a citizen and I have a right?
Okay, hold on.
So if you chase me, exile me, and you want me to shut the hell up, that's unbelievable.
No. Actually, I don't.
Alaji, don't tell our brother off like that. Hold on.
Hold on.
What it means.
Okay. Bright, I'll come back to you. Thank you for your comment. I'll come back to you, Bright, briefly. Let me bring others on.
Can I ask a question? Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
You're quiet, so you're muted.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. Bright, I'll come back to you. One second. Okay, go ahead, Dream Coach. Go ahead.
So I want to, there's a couple of things that University, what's his name, said.
Of Biafra, University of Biafra.
Yes, University of Biafra. So
yeah.
yes, he said some good things, but there's one thing that I want to highlight in what he said when he talked about, when he mentioned Nigeria resources are not used for Nigerians. We all know that, but that is not to say Nigeria does not have resources, because if Nigeria does not have resources, there wouldn't have been, the things that are happening in Nigeria wouldn't happen.
America wouldn't be there.
The question that we should be asking again is, those people that are equipping BH with that level of amount of weapon, right? Where are those weapons
coming from?
Who gave them the weapon? And can they not equip Nigerians who want to save themselves with those same weapons, right?
Nigeria is the one suffering for weapons from the United States. The United States have invested so much on the Nigerians' weaponry. But
I'm sure there will be.
Hold on. Bright.
I'm sure there will be tracks.
Bright, hold on.
So who is in charge of the weaponry in that, and who is allowing illegals to hold weapons to attack, to terrorize the people for this long? It's been a long time. It's not even months, it's years that these BH have been in their operations. Why have they been allowed? Who is responsible? Let's get to the bottom of that.
Forces.
Okay, hang on. Bright, hold on. 1 second. Let me just interject there. Bright, I like what you said, and Dream Coach, thank you for that question, because we need to. Somebody said something earlier on. They said if we're going to solve our problem, we have to identify the cause of that problem, and that's what you just hit on right now. I'll just mute on. So let me just mute you so I can talk, because it's echoing a bit. Now, one of the things that I've just done now, Bright, I hope maybe you came slightly late. We have identified, it's not even a question of hearsay. We now identified that BH have been funded by the same America. And I don't know if you're aware of that. BH have been funded, America has been funding BH. Professor Akinyemi stated in the broadcast, I'll see if I can quickly show you briefly, so you can be up to speed. Then I'll go to Jinoku afterward. But Professor Akinyemi stated categorically that the BH were the weapons that were used against people in the communities in Southwest, in Southeast, in the North, were by BH. And the governors that you see in 2016, 19 governors went to the US to get support for BH. These are the governors that you see here. Now, Goodluck Jonathan's government tried to get weapons to combat them, but the US refused to give weapons to Goodluck. Don't take my word for it. Hear the professor, because I think it's very important when you are looking at this to understand the full picture. I think it's, I would like to just, let me play that for a few minutes, then you can get what I'm saying here. Hang on, sorry, 1 second. Where is it? I'll find it. Let me just get it. Where is it? There we go. Okay, now we're back. So I want you so Bright and others, listen to the professor here. Look, let's see.
Not in the way we were dealing with.
So now,
goods and all kinds of and money.
Listen to this. Listen, Bright, listen.
I can't give you 4, but I can give you 2 plus 2. We will then have to come to the conclusion that I'm giving you 4. I served on that committee, and villagers kept telling us,
listen please,
that in the middle of the night, helicopters piloted by white people kept landing and offloading guns, goods, and all kinds of and money to these people. Now,
these people he means are BH. I won't call them. They are BH. That's the people he's referring to. But let's carry on.
Villagers they don't even know who these white people are. And they have no reason to lie to us. Now, we made a mistake. When I said we, some of us on the Boko Haram committee made a mistake.
Okay.
We thought it was the French that were doing this. Now we have an American congressman said, no, it was the Americans who were doing this. And when you then add that to the Obama administration refusing to sell weapons to us, to Nigeria, on the grounds that we had human rights violations in the way we were dealing with Boko Haram, not in the way we were dealing with ordinary Nigerians where there were no security issues. Then we got a plane that was going to go and buy weapons in South Africa. Someone tipped off the South Africans. It wasn't a Nigerian who tipped off the South Africans. Who tipped off the South Africans? You have to come to a conclusion that it has to be a power that had access.
So, in effect, the U.S. stopped South Africa from selling weapons. So, Bright, my brother, I really wanted to state that it is very, very important we understand the way the program has been, the narrative we've been given has that America actually has our interest at heart. They don't. They are only in it for their interest, and they wanted to cause the seeds of deceit. They were funding both sides. And in fact, when Nigeria, under Goodluck Jonathan, when they tried to buy the weapons to protect the people against BH, the US wouldn't sell them weapons. They wouldn't let Nigeria go to places like South Africa to buy weapons. They wanted that situation to happen. It is very important that all of us understand that. They did not want us to be able to defend ourselves against what they put in our communities. I really think that is a point that we must pick up on. But let me quickly, I'll come back to you, Bright. Go ahead. Go ahead, General.
The question is, who put before the 20th century war, that the pogrom that was done to the genocide that was done to people before the war started. So who put in those ones too?
Okay.
When Nnamdi Kanu start telling Nigerians that the terrorists are coming, that they have arrived, that the people, our people, since Nigeria doesn't want to do anything about it, we have to separate from Nigeria.
Okay. Hold on.
Nigeria went aside and kidnapped.
Hold on. Bright, hold on.
My brother,
Bright, calm down.
Listen before you talk. Listen well, my brother.
Alhaji.
My brother, you be Alhaji.
Alhaji, hold on.
don't have to share the same
Bright,
with you.
Bright, hold on. Bright, let's be cordial. Hang on, Bright, hold on. Calm down. I understand you. Listen, I can tell you that even the history that we're talking about has been engineered by the colonials. I need you to understand that the funding that was done against in that war was carried out by colonials to control that narrative. But that's a bigger topic. We don't want to go there. What I'm trying to get you to understand is, in this particular instance, what they're saying here, the US is heavily involved in it. Now, what is going on with Nnamdi Kanu is something that is wrong. It needs to be addressed. I don't want to talk about that on this platform particularly now. I will be doing a separate subject on that separately. Right now, what we're looking at is the US pretending to want to help us when they are the root of the problem. And that is what we have to focus on. So please, for now, I'm not saying, of course, I agree. And I think I'm advocating for Nnamdi Kanu to be released. But the topic right now is that we don't want to be invaded by a nation that's pretending to want to come and help us when they are the ones at the root of the problem. They are funding BH. They fund them. And we cannot ignore that fact. If we ignore that fact, then we fall deeper into the trap that they've laid for so many years on us. It is a hydra-headed beast that we're looking at. So let us become about that, Bright. I understand you, but please just try and today's broadcast is sharing that information and making us know what they've hidden. many governors should be arrested already based on the evidence that you see before you right now. And unless the government does that and to make an example of them, I don't see how we can solve the problem of BH, because they are the genesis of it. They started this thing and they perfected it, and they're still supporting it as we speak. So unless we do that, and with the support of the US, I might add, and this is what we need to address. So please, let's just, just 1 second, but I'll come back to you, Bright. Let me go to Jinaku. Thank you for waiting for patiently. Thank you so much. Welcome, my sister. Yeah, go ahead. How are you doing?
Welcome back.
Thank you. Yes, let's hear from you. What would you like to say?
I follow you on Facebook, by the way.
Oh, wow. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I didn't even... Okay, thank you. Yes.
Yeah, I had several questions for University of Biafra before I go into my submission. University, what do you understand about the West?
My dear, I understand a lot about the West. And I believe that you are not even in the position to educate me about the West. Everything you're going to say about the West, I know, I suffer. I'm a victim of whatever you're going to talk about. So I know a lot about the West.
Okay.
So the fact that you actually sort of believe you know about the West more than I do is fascinating. Do you understand when we talk about pathology, when we use the phrase pathology, do you understand what that means?
Completely.
Okay, can you give me the definition? When we say pathology, what are we talking about?
When you say pathology, what type of pathology are you talking about?
So we're talking about pathology. So pathology, we're talking about. So whenever you hear this, we're talking about. Whenever you hear say, we're talking about his pathology, right? We're talking about the way the person sort of act, the thinking, thoughts, process behind the things to do, and basically that root behavior and where it stems from. Okay, what causes those behavior? So whenever you hear the first pathology, there is another set of pathology. And pathology are two different words, and they mean two different things. So even pathology basically is the behavior behind diseases, right? So when you say you understand the West more than I do, what do you mean? Can you give me a clear? I want to really understand how well you understand them.
When I say I understood the West, is about their historic activities in Africa and in every other places, and the books, the things I've read, and the things I've seen myself. For example, myself, my father, my grandfather, my great-grandfather were directly involved. My great-grandfathers were directly involved in fighting against slavery, and that resonated to my father. Now, my grandfathers, that is my father's fathers, resisted the British. My grandfather resisted Nigeria because Nigeria became a direct representative of the West in our land. So that makes my family to see Nigeria as a giant of slavery, if that word is good to be used here.
So I'm not asking about Nigeria. We're talking about the West because I really want to know if you understand the pathology of the West.
The West, there is so much about the West, yes.
So if you understand the type of cruelty they're capable of, what makes you think somehow they have changed today?
Very good question. Now, you do not expect these individuals to change. We are not trying to change these people. We are trying to change our home. And my ancestors saw this situation that Nigerians are facing today, and they tried to stop it. Instead, Nigerians fight in favor of the West in our land to install Nigeria, even if my people doesn't want it. And they had to kill pregnant women and unalive.
Thank you, unalive. Thank you.
Unalive pregnant women and children. You understand?
So here's the thing. Give me a second, University of Biafra, because I think we're not answering the question. All of those things.
Except you want to answer the question in reverse.
Yeah, so give me a second. So this is why you say you understand the West, according to you. When I ask you, if I say I understand something and somebody asks me, I do not create this, what we call this lining effect, where the answer is not direct. It's literally is in different angle, even though they're connected, but it's not really the sole answer that you're supposed to get to just really, I understand the West. The reason why I understand the West is because I came here when I was 8 years old. I live among white people. I understand the way they think. I understand the way they operate. They're not kind. They're not genuine. Whenever they're doing something for you, there's an ulterior motive. And when they're doing something for you, they want to make sure to destroy you secretly, totally. And because that ulterior motive matters more than your life. So when they say they're coming to give you help, they're coming to give you help. But if they know that they have evidence left behind, evidence of witnesses, they're going to do everything in their power to make sure those evidence do not ever. And they're good at hiding it. Okay. One thing I would tell you is they're the people who really push the idea. The culture of propaganda come from the West. Africa didn't know that nonsense propaganda. The reason that is anyone who have propaganda is basically literally quote unquote lies. That's what propaganda is. And anyone who actually literally that whole race exists within the realm of propaganda, what make you think that whatever they say to you, you can trust it? Somebody who has lied to you time and time again. And you hear Brother Citizen said it. It's not just Nigeria that have been refused this. Many African countries, indigenous African countries, have been refused the ability to defend themselves. Just 2 days ago, the AES shot down a helicopter. And guess what was in a helicopter? It was Western mercenary taking a terror group from across other parts of Africa and Asia to put them directly into Burkina Faso and Mali and Niger to continue the conflict. What make you think you bringing them on that land? And I'm going to go to what they did during the Liberian Civil War, by the way, where you are claiming that they're going to come and help you.
Not when Nigeria is killing my people.
So,
Hold on.
Have the power to
give me a second. Give me a second.
1 second.
This is something that y'all have. Like, Africa has to sit down and find its own solution from within. They were doing the same thing in Burkina Faso, Mali, and Guinea, claiming that it was one ethnic group against the other. When the people took back that country, all of that went away. They realized who the real enemy was. And look at what they did. Look at what they did the other day by trying to, and they're taking these people from other parts of Africa and the Middle East and bringing them to Africa. What they would do is, so the head of the jihadist group in the Sahel state is a whitey Arab man. However, they will kidnap children, and some of them will give them $2,000 a month and say, some of them they have captured and they ask them, why are you doing this? So we don't know. They're just giving us pew and they tell they're going to pay us. That's the only way we can feed our family. The AES are collecting data on that. And then these children, 15, 16, 17 years old, having weaponry that is so high tech, is blowing. Yesterday, 2 days ago, the helicopter that was shot down, there was white people in that helicopter. They all were unalive. What make you think, for someone who were in the Liberian Civil War, where the United States was there when the war, they were the one who actually perpetuated and started that war using that propaganda by the name of, how you call it, oh my God, I can't remember her name. It's Elizabeth Blunt. Go and Google her.
Yeah.
You know what they did? Why the rebel was unaliving people? They decided, we can't do anything. But the moment you go to places like Firestone, they will unalive you. That's what they were doing. They say, this is not our problem. This is not our issue. You know who helped us? It was Ecomos. Ecomos who came to Liberia. And guess who were Ecomos? Africans. They even refused Ecomos' real weapon. They did. But you had these young Liberian children having things like tankers and field trucks that was never in Liberia before. We don't know where it came from. We can get involved. That's what they're gonna do when they get to Nigeria. They just need access to your resources. They will be watching you being on a live, and because they cannot do it until they get order. And the order from Washington will be stand down. Stand down. It will always be stand out. They did it in Mali. They did it in Burkina. And did you listen to Assimi Goïta, what he said? He said they used to use them as bullet bags. Sometimes they will not even come when the terrorists are unaliving innocent people. They will send the Malian military with very little to no weapons, and they'll be fighting to stop the people before they get there. The conflict is over. The small weapon that they have, they work with it, and they subdue. By that time, at least 150 innocent people on the line. Then they'll come in laughing. Like literally listening to, it's not just him. Assimi Goïta, Burkina Faso or Ibrahim Traoré said the same thing. Chiani said the same thing because they were on the front line to see those things happening. Do you think they care for you? They created a situation because they knew. It's called what we call insurance. It's called insurance. Because they knew that Africa was going to wake up, they needed to create a situation starting 10 to 15 years prior so they can be able to come back on the land so they can have access to actually furthermore colonizing. The conflict that you think you're having in Nigeria now, I bet you, I give it to my grandmother grave if the West enter in. Go and ask Afghanistan and Iraq. Before they enter, Iraqi were having conflict, but it was very minimum life loss, and they were pushing back the military. When the United States entered, look at how many Iraqi lost their life within the period of 5 years. Go and Google it.
Yeah.
Go and Google it. The same thing with Afghanistan. Go and Google it. They hate many of those things. We saw what happened it's not real. Yeah. Currently, with the young man who was raped, and you know that happened a lot in Iraq with the U.S. military. As South Korea, they will tell you many of that human rights crime that is being committed, where people are being on the line, raped, children. It's the U.S. military, and my brother-in-law who was in Korea in the U.S., he said, yes, it is us. And he said the U.S. court would protect them. The military court, they will commit some of the most heinous crime, and they will protect them. And that's what the Korean people have been trying to protest them out, but they've been squatting their voices, and they've been using propaganda to pretend like they are friends with Koreans. You think they're going to come and save you? Let's forget about resources. They can come and take all the resources if they were not. You think your sons will be I promise you, you don't know how devious. If I tell you about these people pathology, they are so cruel. They're so deviant. They will start raping not just your daughter, but your sons. Even you become that victim whenever they want to. Many of the people who are in the U.S. military are psychopaths. They actually recruit psychopaths. Sometimes they don't recruit them. They turn you into one. My brother's an ex-Marine. The way he thinks, I'm like, yeah, bro, that's it's because they decode them. They actually empty them to make them a killing machine. Unaliving machine. Sorry. That's what they do. They decode to make them the unalive, meaning that you are not human when they walk out there. You should watch the documentary about Iraq. There's this documentary where this white guy had a friend that was like, no, they were Marines. Oh, I can't wait to go back to Iraq to unalive. I can't wait. Literally, this is the quote he was saying. And yes, they unalive many innocent people. Go and read. I mean, there are people who are coming out now, coming and talking about how ex-military who were in those conflicts, talking about it, how women and children they actually unalive more women and children than the Taliban themselves. Some of them are saying it. Some of them can't even, at first they thought it was, oh my God, they're going for a picture. As they got older to mature to understand, they realized that they're the most terrible people on the planet, and everywhere they go, they leave nothing but DEATH and destruction. That's all they leave. If you think they're going to come and save you in Nigeria, and you think your problem is going to get better, I promise you, you are going to be saying, everybody was telling me and I didn't listen. And this is your family member, you don't have access to them. They'll be trying to call you and tell you, today there was something that happened. We just have boom, boom. Many people on the line. They're not going to tell you that the US did it. They're not going to tell you that they were part of it. And they're going to formulate and get in. When they were in Afghanistan, guess how much weaponry the Taliban, because they needed a reason. They needed to say that the US kept pumping money into the Taliban, kept giving them. event weapon, because there is the only way they can go. They can say, "Oh yeah, we have a reason to stay." Because if they were to go there, if they really were to get it truly, that conflict would have been over within like the matter of time. Those times, if they would have, but they were pumping them because they needed a reason to stay. But that's all I have to say for now.
Wow. Wow. Thank you very much. Wow. Jinaku, I know you and I have been friends for a while, and I didn't realize about Liberia, and I'm so glad you told us this in-depth story to break it down. And I hope, Bright, this is not a slight or anything. It's when we are given a particular narrative about how things are. I myself have fallen under that spell, and you believe that 100%, that they are coming to help us. It is, what's the word? Let me get you the word that I would like us to, any of us, before, I need to give Jinaku a round of applause for what she just did now. It's a lesson. We've got a free lesson in the mindset of the colonials. We got a free lesson in the mindset, in the deep mindset of the colonials. Now, my sister, Dream Coach again, 2 great women on the platform in one day. Awesome. Now, she said something about Hegelian dialectic, and this is what it is actually what Jinaku was displaying for us. How they use things, they create a situation, a scenario, and then they create that problem, and then they bring the solution. And whilst you thinking they're solving it, they are perfecting their real motive. Well, let's read what it says here. So it says here, Hegelian dialectic, a philosophy process of change and development driven by contradiction, moving from an initial idea thesis to its opposite antithesis, which are then reconciled in a more complete idea synthesis. This new synthesis becomes a new thesis, continuing the cycle of conflict, revolution, and progression towards a more sophisticated understanding. So you see, it is a vicious cycle. And it is really important we understand that. As much as I wanted to initially believe that the US was part of the solution. But like I said, when in the case of Nigeria, as we speak now, Jonathan Goodluck wanted to end this BH fast. He wanted to end it. The US would not let him get weapons. You heard Professor Akinyemi said it.
Because the Fulani and the Hausa people are standing against it in the US.
I get it. I get that. And the US are trying, they're using the division among ourselves to get to their aim. Their aim is to get our resources. You are right. But what we need to do is now, the Nigerian government now should be prosecuting, as an example, those who are involved. I mean, the pictures here, I'm showing you. So please, I want you to really let it sit in, when we hear new information, it will take a while to bed in and for us to rethink what we're doing. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't go ahead in demanding for Biafra. We need to do that, but we need to change the tactic of doing that. Understanding that those who are telling us they support us, they are in it for themselves, not for us. They are never in it for us. They are in it for themselves. So when the US says, "Oh, we believe in Biafra, we do this, we do that," they are trying to ensure that, again, that Hegelian dialectic is in place, so that they provide you with a solution, and you are in a vicious cycle, and you're thinking you're getting somewhere, and you're not really going very far. They are the ones who are actually using your aims, what you wanted to achieve, against you to achieve their aims. So we need to really understand that. So again, Jinaku, wow, I am so glad that you give us that free lesson. And it is really important to understand, to understand that the military is not just a military. They're a weapon in it, that they actually deconstruct and bring back up to use in situations where they've primed the communities to be exploited. Because the military, they'll be made to look like, oh, they're coming to help us. No, they're not. It is really, the last thing we want is for the US to be they shouldn't be on our soil. But I fully agree with you, Bright. The clamor for Biafra is something that it is your right. You need to go for it. But please do not make the mistake of believing what the US are saying. So I think I'll sort of park that for now. I'll let that, please do not take any offense in this, my brother. But I hope that makes sense. Anybody else? Yes.
There's no taking of offense because even the Donald Trump said he's coming to support Biafra or anything. They have never said anything like that.
Yeah. Okay. But I'm just okay. Good. Fantastic. So let me just state this now. What the problem we have in Nigeria are these people here. They are still in government. Shettima is a vice president. The president is well aware. Ganduje is an APC head. El Rufai is there. And I'm not saying this as a matter of hate or anything. These are facts that many in the reason I'm doing this, but they know this, but the communities on ground do not know these facts. So what we're doing by bringing programs like this is to make us all aware of those facts and connect the dots so that when they're telling us, oh, they're going to solve our problems, these guys are not the solution. And we need to now put pressure on the Nigerian government. Yeah, go ahead, Dream Coach. Go ahead. Let's hear from you. Go ahead, Dream Coach.
Yes, I also want to bring the problem home, highlights the problem home that Nigerians, aside from the one that we know of now, the tribalism. The other thing now is that Nigerians are, some of them, but not all of them, but majority of them are now thinking like the politicians. So, everyone is like in it for themselves. And therefore, life doesn't really mean anything. Because you can pay somebody in Nigeria to go and unalive somebody, to go and unalive themselves in Nigeria. So that's another. It's an infestation. And when we plug that back to the Hegelian dialectics, it's now saying that this is one of the things that over time, through what Africa, Nigeria, colonialism has caused, this is something that they've perfected in the African, in the Nigerian, because everyone is just saying, "No, I'm going to go into government for my own self." So if we have people thinking like that, if we have the common people around saying something about money, that there's no respect for life, and just what then happened? How do we then begin to change that if this is already embedded in the mindset of Nigerians, and we have tribalism? So these are big ones.
Indeed,
with the politicians are something that once the people are aware, fully aware of who they are, politicians are things that can change over time. But the mindset of people, life means little in Nigeria right now. Without money, it's like everyone is asking you for money, but no one cares about the other. So we must look at that as well, because we're talking about politicians, but actually Nigerians themselves, the way they think, there's something wrong with the mindset, the process of the thinking, because they are behaving like they're politicians. So it's almost like hypocrisy is going on here on all levels.
I'm with you.
So I just wanted to mention that.
Okay.
My question is, all these people that we are condemning, whitey, they created Nigeria. You agree that Nigeria was created by Britain? Why hold on to these people's creation? That's my question.
Okay.
That's the center of gravity of the
over time, brother. Over time. I think that's what you're saying there. What you're saying there is part of the problem, but the fundamental root cause right now is the mindset that is causing this to continue, because it's been embedded in the mindset of people who are continuing the process, helping these people to continue what they've built.
And let me also add, thank you very much for that, Dream Code. Thank you for what you said there. It's really important we understand that when this the system, and that's why the so-called democratic system has actually done a lot of damage, because it's actually engineered us to comply with what is actually hurting us. And then we now, to be able to get along, we now have to conform to the very thing that is actually harming our society. And then when we get ahead, we think we're getting ahead when we're actually destroying our society, which is exactly what Dream Coach is highlighting there. What we do need to do is to really be very clear about one thing. Our people need to begin to look at community-based solutions, not just about personal aggrandizement, personal accomplishment. We need to look old adage. It takes a village to raise a child. It's a very African adage. It's an old African adage, and we need to really bring that to bear on what we're doing. Yes, of course, none of us. For me personally, I say this. I say this all the time, at every opportunity, that for as long as we're answering to colonial names of nations and people on the continent, that is still colonization going on. Colonialism is still in effect. What we must do on the African continent is to change everything, and be present in that change. We have to be present in making that positive change for ourselves and within our community. And that is why our language is so immensely important in what we're doing. Communicating in local languages about the changes that we want to bring about, the sovereignty in local languages. That way, it removes the power of colonialism, because colonialism excludes our people from power by putting the documents and all the information needed to know your rights in a foreign language. It disempowers our people. And then in striving to be knowledgeable in that colonial language, you yourself become colonized. And then your actions is following that colonized thinking. So it's a vicious cycle that we really have to break down from, break out of. And hopefully in time we're going to get there. But it's about a gradual process. Go ahead.
Yeah. I think yes, absolutely, brother. What you've just said, in time it is going to, because it's almost like, when you're peeling the onion, you have to go to the core of the problem. I think what's brother University of Biafra is saying is looking at the outer layer. So when we start to look at what is the real problem, it starts with it starts at the grassroots. And when you start to change the mind of people from the grassroots, you then start to see all of those symptoms that we have been mentioning, the name Nigeria, the disunity, the tribalism. You'll see things would start to change. This is a process. It's going to take time to change, but these are all symptoms that we are looking at. Nigeria as a colonial name, the resources and the politics, these are all symptoms of deep-rooted issue, and we can only start to break that when we go back to the roots.
Indeed.
Is going to do, and you spoke of Trump earlier. Do you know who Trump is?
Bright, are you there? Bright, are you there? He might be away. I think he might be away just now. No. I think well, maybe he will answer when Bright, if you're there, you can respond. But look, okay. Thank you very much for that very particular point, Jinoku, because we need to know. Many people are not aware of that of what Trump really represents, and they have this thing. I mean, I'm sure Jinoku will probably give us a bit more insight, because I don't live there, but I have an idea. But she will have a more rounded idea. But I would just like to say this: Trump has been sold as an idea that people gradually. It was brought into people's conscience, gradually, there was a cartoon program that he was coming down the stairs as a president, 20 something, before he became president. So this is a subtle, getting the mind of people to adjust to something, and everything about him has been deliberate. Yeah, The Simpsons. Thank you, The Simpsons. Way long before he became president. I need you to think about that. Let us stop for a second. Before Trump became a president, on The Simpsons, they showed him coming down the stairs, waving to the people as the president of the United States, and we laughed at it. A few years after that showed, guess what? He became president. So this is something, this is a creation. What you are looking at when you're looking at Trump is a creation of the system. And because it's part of the creation of the system, they control his every move. He can only work within the confines of what that US white supremacy system gives it. It can work only within that parameter. And they allow him free rein to be character that will take you miles away from what is really happening. It's a distraction from their central strategy. And we need to understand that and break that down and know that this is a game. So many people who are like, oh, look, this is a setup. And they've subconsciously, you've been told to accept this. It's like you don't even realize that you've given up. You think you are still fighting. No, it's a subliminally, they've got you to, accept what they projected to you. So, so many of us need to be aware of that. I don't know if you wanted to add anything to that, Jinoku.
I wanted to talk about what Trump represents and why Trump came into power. Thank you for really, he is a puppet. Definitely he's a puppet. But Trump represented something. He represented a shift in how, I call it white psychopathy. I don't call it white supremacy or white supremacy. I call it white psychopathy. He represented the shift in how white psychopathy or whitey psychopathic operate within, the geopolitical space. So he's the old days. He's the days when, there was blatant, outright, disregard for, people who, that is not seen as quote unquote white, lives. And so when we look at Trump, Trump is not the one who's moving all the pieces. He's just a puppet. Now, we have a whitey psychopathy that has been operating, even during the time when it was operating under this fake umbrella of ethics and moral. It still was dangerous, but it was quiet. Okay, so he's the shift from that quietness to the outright. And if you look at the people who are actually backing Trump from the initial onset of his, campaign all the way to his first presidential, to his second term. The first term was to sort of shake a little bit of this quietness, was to shake and see who was going to react. It was to sort of understand the mind of the white American. That was the first thing, to see if white American are either really moral or are they just lying dormant and waiting for the opportunity to arise and absolutely show that they're still within that paradigm. They still agree with this type of cruelty that whitey supremacy inflicts, right? And so he was that tool. He was that tool that was absolutely used. Now, let's look at people who are backing him now. And those people used to back him, but they were backing him quietly. Now, we see it outright. The reason why his first term was a test to see how people react and how people act, okay? And then the second term now was to absolutely start to really what we call deconstruct. They sort of fit propaganda system and say, listen, we are who we are and we're never going to change. And we're going to show you guys. And the people who are backing him, I want you to check this out. If you are University of Biafra, I want you to look at the people who are backing him, and I need to go to their speeches that they made. Stephen Miller. I want you to go and listen to Stephen Miller's speech.
My gosh.
If you are not going to believe me, go and listen to Stephen Miller. Pete Hex. I want you to go and listen to Pete Hex's recent speech that he just gave. I need you to go and listen to those. Pete Miller, he said, it's not real, or quote unquote, a man. He's very anti-black. He's very anti-immigrant. He believed that black people are the bottom of the pit of the universe. And if it was up to him, he would annihilate them. Also, let's look at how you call it, what's his name? Oh my God, what's his name? I'm forgetting this guy's name. Why is his name not coming to my mind? He's a billionaire. He's a billionaire tech who invested in Trump. Okay. He's gay. But he is very anti-black. Okay. What's his name? Oh my God, why is his name not coming? Peter Thiel.
Sorry?
So Peter Thiel.
Peter, oh yeah,
Well, Peter Thiel is not the worst one. The worst one is the quiet one. I forgot his name. He's also fun. It's not real. He actually during 2001, 2002, when we had MySpace, when the internet wasn't really yet, monitored. They started picking out things from his MySpace page. This guy, he was one of the founder, one of the campaign founder and investor in Trump campaign. This guy believed that white people, with what's his name, Miller is subtle about it. When you listen to Miller's speech, it's subtle. But this guy, as people are pulling it up, they had to wipe it off the internet. They can't find it anymore. His old MySpace account, real terrifying things. Okay. This guy believed that black people, he said black people should be the first race that should be wiped off the planet. This is a multi-billionaire. He's a tech. We'll call him the tech brothers or tech whatever you want. Tech moguls. This is when he was young. Okay. He's invested in Trump. According to people, he's quiet. He never said, oh, I don't think that way anymore. He went into quietness. It's almost like as he got older, he realized he needs to be a little more quiet. He needs to operate. As he got richer, he's able to put funding towards those belief systems. You get what I'm saying? These are the people that you really believe are going to bring the U.S. military to Nigeria to save you. These are the people who, at their own, we talk about pathology at their root existence. They believe that you are not human enough to exist on this planet. Pete Miller is very anti-Asian, right? He's very anti-Asian. He subtly, because he knows he has Black American in the U.S. So he's subtle with how he thinks that they should. He also thinks like that guy, but he's subtle with the way he say it. Pete Hex believed that if the U.S. want to, they should dominate the world. It doesn't matter if they have to. Literally, he said it. He said, unaliving innocent people would be collateral. Go and listen to Pete Hex's speech, where many of the military generals were so upset because he was insulting and saying that they were too fat for that. Go and listen to that speech. He literally said it. Pete Hex said, if you have, I don't know what it is, and you boom a little. Basically, he was saying that if the only way we can get the rest of the world, we have to own a live human being, then it's better that we do it than to absolutely become a third world country. Listen to that speech.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Listen to that speech.
And
then
wow.
Miller in his speech, low key, basically said, white power, white supremacy. Go and listen to both of that speech. These are the people. Pete Hex in charge of the U.S. military. He's the Minister of Defense. The Secretary of State. That's Pete Miller.
Yeah.
I mean, they both need Pete.
Yeah.
Go and listen to both of them, and you come back and tell me that you think those people will walk on that ground and leave you standing. You will be praying that Boko Haram can come and replace them when they hit that ground, because these people believe that at the expense of human life that is not white, according to their speeches, if you listen to them, that are not whitey, according to them, both of them in those speeches, those lives don't matter as long they're gaining ground, as long they're gaining that whitey supremacy. So if you are to say here and say, yes, I hope they come, listen, I hope that for you too. The only thing is, I don't hope it for the children and the little children, the women and children who didn't take part. And you talk about democracy, I wanted to touch on that and how democracy, everybody deserves a voice.
Yeah.
Let me say this to you: that your democratic way, you think everybody deserves a voice, is a thing. This is why we're in the hot mess we're in, because people like you believe that the United States should actually invade, because it is invasion, Nigeria. The lack of knowledge, and this is why I love
Trump
Merck.
never said he's invading Nigeria. He gave Buhari
Give me a
72
second.
hours.
Give me a second.
He gave Buhari
First of all,
7 hours to
give me a
correct
second.
what is
Give me a
going on in
second.
the
It is
country.
invasion. It is considered invasion.
Listen, but Nigeria is
Give
killing
me
my
a
people.
second.
You
Let
want
me
us to
finish
hold our
speaking. It
hands
is
and die.
considered invasion.
Hold on.
So
You don't even
my
know
people
the
cannot
rules.
continue to die.
You
That's a
don't
fact.
even know the rules of engagement in
Calm down.
geopolitics.
Calm down.
You don't even know the rules of engagement. It is invasion. If the Nigerian government did not call on them to enter and they enter,
Every country that
it
lacks
is
the
invasion.
responsibility of
It is
protecting life
invasion.
and property
Okay.
must
It is
be
invasion.
intervened.
Okay.
That is a
Hold on.
rule of engagement.
Yeah, but hold on. Okay.
No,
1
no,
second.
no. Let me tell you this. Seriously, can I talk about the rules of engagement? Because I have a bachelor in geopolitics,
Okay.
in political science.
Okay. What? Yeah.
Can I tell you the rules of engagement?
Briefly, quickly, if you can, please. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, rules of engagement. You use the same equal weapon as the people who you are fighting. Rules of engagement. If you go above, now you absolutely
If I apply the rule of engagement when they fought Biafra,
let me finish. Let me finish.
You are
Let me
not
finish.
children.
1 second.
Let me finish.
1 second. You'll
Rules
come
of
back. You'll come back,
engagement.
Bright.
Another sovereign country.
Nigeria does not have any rule of engagement. Nigeria do not have any rule of engagement.
Yeah, I understand. 1 second.
It's geopolitics. It's geopolitics.
Forget about the grammar we are speaking here. Nigeria does not respect.
Okay, 1 second. One second. 1 second. Let everybody.
Nigeria does not respect any rule of
One
law.
at a time. One at a time. One at a time.
Nigeria does not respect any rule of law.
Voice,
Nigeria does
voice
not follow
news.
law.
Voice news. 1 second. 1
You
second.
don't even know. You don't even. Then you're a typical Nigerian because you're telling me that minute that you don't even know it. So you're telling me that right now. You don't know the
Yes.
rules. You don't even know definition.
Right. Okay.
Nigeria do not know law. They don't
Yeah.
obey law. They don't
Hold
know
on.
everything about
Everybody.
law. So
Everybody.
we're talking about law to Nigeria.
Everybody. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Nigeria don't know law.
Oh.
Why would Nigeria? Why Nigeria is still invading other African countries?
Janiku, 1 second. 1 second. Please, 1 second. Voice news and Biafra. Let us do it one at a time. Let's just bring the temperature down a little bit. I want to hear the rules of engagement. Janiku, just give us the rules of engagement, and then I will hear from Bright briefly, then I'll hear from Voice News. Let us do it one at a time, please. Please.
So
Please.
you
Okay, go ahead.
So you cannot go into peaceful whatever. You cannot go into another sovereign country without the government, which is the government, it's the people who vote the government in. Yes, you can say, oh, we didn't vote them in, that's on you. You cannot go. This is the rules of engagement. This is the word. This is not about what you feel, your emotion. There is facts and there is your emotion. Two things cannot be true. Sometimes two things can be true, but your emotion, the things that you guys are saying is not based on fact. So if the Nigerian government did not invite the United States in, and the United States absolutely put boots on the ground, it is considered invasion. Iraq was invasion. Afghanistan was invasion. These one would consider invasion. If you don't know what invasion is, that is invasion. Rules of engagement. You cannot enter another country militaristic, even if it's one guy that wear a pew-pew and he enter and say, I'm here for the U.S., that's considered invasion. Because he was not invited, the government did not invite him. It is invasion. And if somebody's telling that they're going to backpack your overthrow your government to walk into your space, they just tell them what they think about you on the ground. I promise y'all, to my grandmother grave, to my brother grave, if you're allowed the United States, y'all will beg. Y'all will beg. And I hope the rest of Africa ignore y'all. I hope so. And I hope pray they ignore y'all while they're taking y'all out like flies. You think government is your problem? Let them on your ground and y'all will learn. My brother was in the U.S. Marine, and the things that he explained, I would never want to. Even I told him that. I said to him, he said, oh, the U.S. go to war, I will go and I will honor life people. I said to him, if you honor life and they honor life in Africa, I will never cry for you. Because you go honor life your innocent own people. And then he said, yeah, but I'm an American citizen.
Wow.
If you really believe that they're going to come on ground to save you, good for you. But I'll mute my mic. Good for you. I wish it for you.
Thank you so much, Janaku. Sorry. Thank you so much for that. Listen, it is important to understand the rules of engagement as it is. If they come in without Nigeria welcoming it, that's an invasion. That's a matter of fact. is not open to debate. Now, going to voice news briefly. Yes, Nigeria unfortunately do not, as it stands, follow the rule of law. I agree with you. It's not even a debate. But what we are saying is that we have to understand that calling for America to come in is actually a danger, because they have ulterior motives. They will destroy. Just look at Libya. Just look at Iraq.
Okay,
Just look at,
can I come in?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, please. Go ahead. Let's hear from you.
Okay.
Welcome.
In 2014/2015, a group of party, being APC government, which are in power right now, went straight to US. I think Obama was in power then, or was it Biden? Crying for help, saying that insecurity in Nigeria is getting out of hand, that people from the north are going through genocide, that America should please intervene and help them. That's what doing Obama, if I'm not mistaken.
It's Obama. It
And
was.
Obama-
It's the same time. It's the same
Yeah.
period with this. With what they did again, bringing in the BH a few years after in
Okay.
2016. So it is Obama.
Okay. Let's say they never knew that this day would come, that APC will once more be in power. And this insecurity is happening right now. So American rise up and said, if you are not going to protect Christians in your country, that we are going to step in. The same thing that you did, the same complaint that you went to their office and complained to them, that they should come and help you to fight insecurity, that some people are going through genocide in the north. Now they have woke up and wanted to implement what you asked for 2014/2015. Now you are crying and saying that you are going to invade our nation. Who invited them? Who complained to them? It's not the same people that is in power right now. It's not the same government.
I agree with you, my brother. This is what of this is. Hold on.
Talking about rule of engagement, you went somewhere in another man's country and adopt somebody without any proper rule of engagement, brought the person by force into your country, beating Nnamdi Kanu. Did you, government of Nigeria, have any rule of engagement with that country that you adopted the person from? What are we saying? Why are you painting words?
No. I agree with. Listen.
Me in particular, I am not in support of the American stepping their foot in the soil of Nigeria. But my government went there to ask for it, not to me.
I hear you.
We are talking about resources right now. They did not think about the resources
They signed a
before going
bilateral
there
agreement with these people.
to invite them.
They signed whatever they signed with America.
Bright, hold on. Bright, hold on. Bright, hold on.
What they signed.
Bright,
What are you saying?
hold on. Bright, hold on.
This is not about emotion.
Okay.
It's about facts. It's about what is on ground.
Okay, my brother. What would you like to happen? What would you like to happen then?
So
what would you like to happen? What would you like to happen?
What I would like to happen is for America to step up to their games and do what the government asked them to do. I am not the government. Government asked them to come. And they are seeing that people have been going through hell on our life every blessed day in Nigeria. Nobody's talking about how to stop it. Nobody's talking about how the families are feeling. The family of 12 have been wiped out under a day. And you're expecting me to wait for a rule of engagement?
No. My brother, what I'm saying is this. Let's be clear. I hear you, and I do not in any way, shape, or form ignore the feeling, because I'm a Nigerian as well. I'm invested in this like you are. And I am part of the struggle for Yoruba Nation. But of course, that for me, this now is not the time, in my opinion, for Yoruba Nation. First thing first is to save the lives of our people. Now, the fact of the matter is that some people, the people who you are seeing in this picture,
and who is going to save the life?
Of course, we the people, it is us. We need to do something. We need to first of all ensure that these people, some of the people who are,
we do not have the power. We do not have what it takes to
hold
save
on.
these people.
To sound nice.
Wait. I'm not.
When
hang on.
Something is
Voice. 1 second. Let me just say what I'm saying here. Well, hear me out. What I am saying is this: we need to put pressure on the government to ensure that the people are protected, because some of these people who are in here, They went and got weapons for the BH, and we see what they did. Now, when the government under Goodluck Jonathan, tried to do the same and protect the army and the people, they were denied by the same people. Those people, we need to put pressure on the current government to make sure that they are actually prosecuted under the law as stated. We need to have that happen. I know the anger and the desperation of what's going on, but if we do not confront them, the unaliving will continue. So we need to have you and I cannot stop the unaliving.
Citizen,
we can't.
Citizen,
Yes.
let's be real here.
Oh, okay. Yes.
For
let's be real.
over 8 years now, we have been pushing pressure on these guys. Nobody is doing anything. Instead, they're worsening the situation. Which pressure are you going to put on the government that doesn't want to hear from you?
Okay. Now,
what are you going to tell them?
Okay.
If you march on the street, these guys will unalive you. If you raise the voice, they will arrest you.
Okay.
If you carry a placard or walk on the road, they will pull you down.
What do
you want to do?
Okay. Myself, what we need to do is our people within our communities must get to, they have to call town hall meetings that the local government chairman, state House of Assembly member, House of Reps, senators, governors, they have to come because they work for we the people. We are the sovereigns. In our local language, we start demanding for security. If they do not, we can deselect them. We can.
Don't be angry.
No,
in
no.
my state,
Yes.
In Delta State, Okwama people, they had a town hall meeting. They have agreed that Nigerian government is working with foreigners who are mining, I think, cobalt and I think something helium, something dilithium and crude and gas and crude oil, something like that. So after so many that town hall meeting, they began putting pressure on the government to do something about it. But instead they killed the vigilante
unalive.
Sorry, oh my God.
Yeah.
The unalive
Yeah.
vigilante men. So because of that, the youth of the community decided to hold the soldiers to account. You know what they did to them? They came, they wiped Okwama. They wiped Okwama. Then the villagers, the survivors ran to the next neighboring village. When they ran to the neighboring village, the Nigerian army still went to the neighboring village, wiped more than half of that village. People that could swim over to across inside the bush. Okwama people and Aiwu people were in the bush, living in the bush for so many. We came to their rescue. Simon Ekpa came to their rescue, built camp for them inside. Nigerian government was telling them to go to IDP.
Okay, listen, my brother, I hear you, and obviously, something like this you cannot solve in one fell swoop, and we don't have the powers ourselves here. But what we are trying to do is at least have a dialogue and begin to see how we can continue. In the end, we will have to have a discussion where those in power will have to.
Citizens, can I tell you something?
Yes, go ahead.
This military that you are believing in is half of them believe on the same agenda they have in the north. Those that are unaliving people in the north, half of them is inside the military.
I'm not saying no. I don't believe in the military.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, hold on, my brother. Let me make one thing clear. I don't have confidence in the military because of the fact that they've been pardoning Boko Haram and putting them into armies.
Exactly.
So I don't have any confidence in them. So let's be clear about that. What I am saying is that we, the people now, you see, if we do not do something collectively in our communities, in every community, I hope we don't get wiped out in our communities. That is what they're trying to do. But if we begin to speak, hopefully with all of us beginning to put pressure in every community, demanding that those who carried out these wrongdoings are held accountable. AFCC start arresting politicians, any army officer starts getting court-martialed, but we have to put consistent pressure on them. So I don't want to spend too much more on this a bit more, but I hear you. I'm not ignoring anything you're saying. I feel your passion. I understand your concern, and I am in the same place with you. Trust me.
My own concern is this. I am not missing well with it. If the resources that US wants, they should take it. It's not benefiting me to give me security.
Yeah, but
I'm tired of
okay,
bloodshed.
okay, but are you sure? The thing is this: the US have got a stated aim. Anywhere they go, look at Libya, they destroy. They don't just they destroy it. So, and that is the only thing I'm saying. I hear you, but I don't think US is the solution. We need to find somebody else. Yes, go ahead.
Okay after? So this thing, is it okay after everyone talk, I can play Stephen Miller's speech and the breakdown of his speech, and then I'll go to Pete.
Okay.
As well.
Play one, then we'll have a break in between. Play that. In fact, you'll give me a minute.
Let everybody talk. After everybody talk, then we can because the video it's like 3 minutes long, so we can listen. I want everyone to talk and then we can listen to his speech.
Okay. Let me quickly bring in Burkina Faso. Voice, thank you so much for your contributions. I'll come back to you. Let's listen to Pete Miller afterwards. Stephen Miller. But let me quickly bring Burkina Faso in. I'll come back to you. Burkina Faso, thank you. Faso too, thank you. What would you like to say? Welcome.
I'm sorry. Can you get you can let him talk.
Okay.
Like about 5-10 minutes.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Okay. All right. Now, everybody watching, thank you so much for joining. Please don't forget to give us hit the like button. Help us grow the platform, and we welcome gifts as well. We will appreciate you. Now, let me say this. Let's hear from.
We cannot hear you.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. So let me say this. Everybody come in. Please continue to hit the like button, share, and we welcome gifts. And please give the panelists as well, and everybody. Please continue to share the broadcast. We are having a very meaningful discussion here. We're going to pause for a second. Let's hear a 2 or 3 minutes video from Jinoku about Stephen Miller. Play, please, and I'll pause in the meantime. Go ahead, Jinoku. Jinoku, can you hear me? Can anybody? Yeah. Do you want to play it now? Or should I find it?
Yeah, please listen. I'm playing it out.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, please listen.
Became the most famous neo-Nazi in America after Trump's first election with this speech.
Hail Trump! Hail our people! Hail victory!
This is when neo-Nazis were starting to rebrand as alt-right, but as you can see, they were still super masked off. If you don't know, Hail Victory is English for Sieg Heil. Anyway, listen closely to this part of the speech.
To be white is to be a striver, a crusader, an explorer, and a conqueror. We build, we produce, we go upward.
And that is a regular neo-Nazi talking point that you hear often these days, that white people build, create, invent things, that they're the source of civilization or whatever. Keep that in the back of your mind, but enough of Richard Spencer for now. Because this rotten, hard-boiled egg is Stephen Miller. He's one of the only high-level White House staffers that stayed with Trump after his first term. And he's Trump's main immigration advisor, the architect of Trump's immigration policy. And even though he comes from a Jewish family, his own family members say that guy totally would have been an SS officer back in the day. Anyway, this is a section of his speech at the Charlie Kirk Memorial.
Our lineage and our legacy hails back to Athens, to Rome, to Philadelphia, to Monticello. Our ancestors built the cities. They produced the art and architecture. They built the industry. Erica stands on the shoulders of thousands of years of warriors, of women who raised up families, raised up city, raised up industry, raised up civilization, who pulled us out of the caves and the darkness into the light. The light will defeat the dark. We will prevail over the forces of wickedness and evil. They cannot imagine what they have awakened. They cannot conceive of the army that they have arisen in all of us. Because we stand for what is good, what is virtuous, what is noble. And to those trying to incite violence against us,
go ahead.
those trying to foment hatred against us,
go ahead.
what do you have? You have nothing. You are nothing. You are wickedness, you are jealousy, you are envy, you are hatred.
Wow.
You are nothing. You can build nothing.
That's Stephen Miller, the guy that supports Trump.
Nothing.
I can't believe this.
We are the ones who create. We are the ones who lift up.
Jeez, man.
Yeah, things are getting dark, man. Things are.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
almost done.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Anyone who knows anything in propaganda know that that was a Nazi speech. Not even a watered-down crypto-Nazi speech. That is a straight-up Nazi speech in the 1930s. And they feel comfortable doing this because they know that the killing of Charlie Kirk has given them a way to dismiss and invalidate comparisons to the Nazis.
And if you don't know what Monticello is in Philadelphia, it's where one of the most gruesome enslavement of African architects and to build the White House, the House of, it was one of the most gruesome. Many enslaved African perished in Monticello just building that building. There was the work labor was so. This is what he's luring to. He's luring to black. And again, if you don't, this is why I said what is problematic in Africa. The root cause we can say the West is for education, the lack of education there.
Precisely.
Ask anyone in the United States about Monticello history. Black people were brutalized during the building of Monticello. So what he's trying to say is, you black, we about to come get you. And when he said light and dark, that was his luring to. Anything that is not white is in dark, is evil, is jealous, is envy. And the only way the human race can rise. So give me a second. He's actually in Trump administration.
Hold on. Bright, you come back. Bright, you come back.
When we finish, I'll put up Pete Hess.
Yes.
Speech and listen to the dissection of Pete Hess. The one who's the Secretary of Defense. Listen to his speech. You know why I know this? I can say yes. Nigeria have quote unquote this fake tribalism issue. Yes, quote unquote sometimes have issue with people who are Yoruba, but people who are quote unquote evil, and not all, the ones then like you are very problematic. You allow your emotions to drive you, and not the facts. We are
okay, hold on.
This is what Merch did.
Hold on, everybody.
We're talking with Merck yesterday.
Okay, hold on.
Merck had to drop someone who thought like him.
Hold on.
He said education we lack in Africa. He said we don't have that to the point that he explained all of this.
Okay, hold on.
To another guy. And the guy came and said, I don't care. I want America. He said, he dropped it immediately. He said, even though I give this guy the information that anyone, even a 5-year-old here, they will be terrified. Because he doesn't have the fundamental aspect of education. He refused. He can't even see the truth that people are
Can I ask you a question?
Okay.
Can I ask you a question?
Okay.
Do you know that France military is already in Nigeria?
Of course, I know that. Yes, I know.
So what is different from that? What is different from that of France and US and America?
Why are you afraid of it? Why are you afraid of the US? You are afraid because it might favor Biafra.
No.
If you hate Igbo people,
hold on. Oh my goodness. Okay, hang on. Whoa. Okay, hold on. Bright. Everybody, hold on. Okay, Jinaku, everybody wait. Let me.
You will find all the Yahoo saying this to be mental.
Okay, hold on. Everybody wait.
Nigeria will be dismembered and be.
See your question. Do you know?
Hold on. Okay, hold on. Please.
I'm asking the lady that is speaking.
Do you think we support France being in Nigeria?
Nobody. We don't support France being in Nigeria. I don't support them.
So what are they doing there?
They should be kicked out.
Nigeria that is created by the people you are condemning. You don't have any stand to condemn the West.
Okay, hold on.
So you guys.
Hold on. Everybody, this is not. I think we're going to. Whoa. Hold on.
People have degrees.
We lack education because we are not asking to your children.
Hold on.
Basic education.
Hold on.
Exactly, my dear.
Everybody, Jinaku, hold on.
What you
Whoa.
Everybody, you somebody's property and you are condemning the person. Does it make
Guys, everybody,
This is why I
everybody,
was
wait.
saying the
Jinoku,
democracy
Jinoku,
is
hold on,
dangerous to
hold
Africa.
on,
Because even I
hold
was
on.
just really allowed to speak.
Hold,
We are uneducated
guys,
people.
guys,
Yeah.
guys,
I was
guys,
really allowed to speak.
guys, hold on, please. Everybody, stop. Everybody, just can we just stop for a second, please? Whoa, because it's not gonna get anywhere. I hear every side of the story. Please, what the guy said in there shows that we cannot trust US. We cannot trust France. We need to look at sort of solving our problems ourselves.
France began giving the peace.
And this is what I'm saying. I am.
Can we trust?
Hold on. 1 second, please. Can we just do one at a time? I don't trust the military right now. The military cannot be trusted in Nigeria right now. I agree. I hate to say it, but I agree. We can't trust them. But like Jinoku said, we are not supporting France. Nigeria is a sovereign nation. Any nation coming into Nigeria to have a base, a secret base, it is illegal. It is wrong. They should be stopped.
Nigeria is illegal. Somebody just Nigeria is occupying your land by proxy. And you are accepting it.
No.
But you condemn the West.
Hold on.
That is a reverse gear.
Bright. You and I know, I've known you for quite a long time. A story, just a quick thing about Bright. Bright is very, very, let me tell you something about Bright. You may not know. Bright survived the journey from Libya to Europe. Bright, actually, he saw his girlfriend pass away in the water. I'm sorry to say this, between Mediterranean and Europe. So he knows, he's gone through quite a difficult thing, and he's a fighter, and he's an educated man. He's he's got a degree, I think it's in mathematics or something, very, very knowledgeable. And then this struggle has opened it, has given us something different to it, But please, let me just say this. I understand the passion that you bring to this, Bright. I really do. And myself, my passion for Yoruba Nation, and it's never going to die. And I know your passion for Biafra is never going to die. But what I am saying right now is that the Nigerian government, they've recently changed the head of the Nigerian government. They've changed all of those leaders. Musa is gone, thankfully. They've done all of that, But what I am saying in the middle of all of this is, please just have a tiny ear to what Jinoku said. And what the Steve Miller guys, Pete Miller, that the guy we listen to, their agenda doesn't tally with what we want to achieve at all. It does not. So we have to be very careful not to welcome in those who are ultimately going to just use us as a stepping stone to achieve their aims. That's all I'm saying. I do not condone. And I still say, in fact, I'm going to be talking more about the fact that France has got the military base in Nigeria. They should be out. We need to be talking about that because Nigeria is a sovereign nation. Anytime a foreign nation is on the Nigerian soil, Nigeria is no longer a sovereign nation. And I agree with you about having Biafrans being protected from being unalive, Yorubas and everybody. That's why I agree with the idea of the 1963. A brother says a Biafran guy suggested that we should really go back to the 1963 Constitution. I do not, like I said, we cannot trust anything that the US says to us. That is my take on it. Now, okay, Bright, please, I will let you talk, then I'll go back to Jinoku. But let's have some cordiality among everybody here, one at a time, please. Bright, go ahead, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Sis. Well, you know that this is how I react from when I'm tensed up. I apologize. But I believe that condemning these individuals who my sister mentioned is not enough. Because we in Africa, we are still holding on to their practice, that their creation, which means we are living in their dream by proxy.
All of us. And Bright, I would like to say something. For the
Yes.
one, I don't believe in that name Nigeria because it's a foreign name, Flora Show. Why should we listen to a name of have a name on
It's
my
not an
actually-
African name.
So I agree with you. Now the question now becomes how do we achieve that process, and what steps will it take, and how long will it take? So
For us to achieve that, the first suggestion you made was very, 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 very correct.
Mm-hmm.
When you go back to the community and town hall meetings and a system that kind of like engage the people, engage the community, engage the society, have people to talk, allowing people's voice to count, and then people have to have this mindset of reaching a certain agreement. But first of all, we have to understood the center of gravity of the situation that we are facing. So when we understood our situation is well defined to every single individual, especially people in the village, then we are able to begin to now harness a step-by-step method of process in which we can be able to resolve issues amicably.
Yes.
But the Nigerian government are not going to allow that. So I yield my mic here, citizen.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Thank you, Bright. Thank you. And thank you for understanding.
Brother, can I say something
Yeah.
before I go?
Go ahead, please, Dream Coach. Thank you for
Yes.
yeah.
I hear what everyone is saying,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, there's this adage that I want to bring.
Mm-hmm.
When you're hungry, a hungry person can eat anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mhm.
And what does that mean? We understand the direness of this situation,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, we cannot address a situation just because we want to resolve
Mm-hmm.
temporary situation with long term. We want to replace temporary solution. We want to put temporary solution in, which will not allow for scalability in the future. Because when we receive help from these people and we know what they will be asking for, they will be asking for long-term foothold as a result of their help.
Thank you.
I want to ask, why can't people help country or help people for the sake of humanity, of saving life, without
Seeking something else.
having to encroach on resources for many years to come? Because that's what they did, and Africa is still
Suffering.
We're still not out. Nigeria is still not out of that contract or treaty that they've signed. So why are we going to these people again to do the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
To enslave our people all over again, Neocolonialism, this is what it is. If I come and bail your people out, if I come and save you, this is what we demand.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we've seen that time and time and again. These people are the cause of this situation. Why would you want to? I am still asking that question.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you seeking for solutions from
the same people.
the place where the problem lies? It's not a rocket science. It's no rocket science.
Yeah.
The situation is dire. Yes, it's dire.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you don't want to re-enslave your people just because you want to resolve we want America to come in, we want this person to come, we want them to come. Why are we still why do we want to do that? Because what they are asking for is not
too
going
much.
to be fixed tomorrow. We're not going to get out of it.
Yeah, it's way too much. What they're asking for is too much, and it's
just
designed
too
to.
much.
Yeah, it's too much. Yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, I don't know what treaty they're asking for. I'm not privy to that. I'm not exposed to that. But I know what they're asking for.
Yeah,
It's another colonization in a new way.
So
correct.
right now, I want to ask a question, Dream. So are we going to wait until we all wiped out because of we are avoiding new colorism? Or
No,
because
this
we are
is not,
avoiding
if you hear,
because
brother
of what
AY,
you're asking
if you
is too
hear,
much?
If you hear
That is my own
very
problem.
well.
Okay,
People are
one
being
time, one at a
massacred
time,
every second
one
of
at a
the
time,
day.
one at a time, please.
Nobody's talking
Voice,
about it.
voice,
Nobody's doing
voice,
anything about it.
voice.
Nobody to
Hold
cry
on,
on.
voice. Hold on. Calm down, please. Let's just
So
don't. I understand, but let her answer you, please. Go ahead.
let me if you've been hearing Citizen saying certain things that we need to start at the grassroots level, this is because of education, right? I live in the UK right now, and I know what they do when they form that type of bilateral treaty to come and help you. They're not helping you for free, they're helping you for many years. I mean, for doing this, they will be taking from you for many years to come, and your generations. Do you want to enslave your generation because of that? With every change, a sacrifice must be done.
They're talking about who are the generation, the one they're clean, the one they're alive right now. Are they the people that are going to live tomorrow? What are we saying? Who are the generation to come?
Okay.
What are if generations never come?
Okay, all right.
What are you going to do? Are you looking
There
to
is generation, no matter what, in the most dire situation, generations survive. Okay.
I said in a family of 12, they are all wiped out. No single person survived in a family. Who are the generation to live tomorrow? What are we saying? I'm fucking angry right now.
Hang on, please, language, please, language, please.
You.
I
Yes,
understand
you,
but
like
please
we
be
all
calm,
are
be
angry.
calm,
You're not the only one angry
be calm,
here.
please. Voice,
The solution-
voice.
The solution can never come from where the problem is.
Calm down. Calm down.
The mistake that Africa is doing and Nigeria is doing, they are seeking solutions from where the problem lies. And that is historically, and that is what is hurting Nigeria and Africa right now.
Exactly. I agree with
So
Dream
if you
Coach.
want to carry on and do that, go and carry on and do that. Where have you been since the slavery and since colonization? Where is the progress up until now? We made the same mistake and we're putting ourselves in the same mistake again. What are you saying? What are you saying? For every change, there must be a sacrifice. This has been a cycle that has been going on. It's not only BH.
Sister Dream, at this point, I think maybe they're right about us African. Maybe we are subhuman. Because
maybe they are right about us Africa, but I'm not that Africa that they are right about.
I'm just saying, because at what point do we absolutely, because we keep repeating the same thing over
Break the cycle, exactly.
over. That's what I'm saying. Maybe they're right about us.
No,
maybe
no, they're not right. No, they're
not.
not. No, they're not. No, they're
Like we don't have that. No, at this point, the way I'm hearing these guys, they really defend, the coming in of the enemy, and they don't even know how the enemy are so barbaric at its roots.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like at this point, you just say, you know what, I wish you well.
Yeah,
that's all I can say.
Yeah.
Because there's no way that you can find a solution where the problem lies. There's never any way. And this is the biggest problem so far.
Exactly.
I think Africa want to continue, if Nigeria want to continue, go ahead.
We can't just continue with colonialism because you see, this issue of colonialism is what is dragging us back.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
like what they are saying, because I'm not interested in this U.S. statement that they are coming to Nigeria. I'm not supporting that.
I agree. I agree with you.
Just fix whatever problem we have in the country.
Exactly.
We come to the round table and see talk and see what we can do about it.
What is stopping us from asking Burkina Faso and all other countries and what is stopping us from asking those people?
Now. Yeah.
I think that is the best way.
Yes.
I think the youth today.
Can I say something about that?
Okay, one second. Let her finish.
Burkina Faso named those that is sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria way back last year or so.
I know.
None of Nigeria government do something about that.
We know.
So what help are you asking for again?
No, we are saying.
So can I say something?
Hold on. Anyway, hold on. Yeah. Let Jinoku.
What is making people?
No. Adeyinka, hold on. Adeyinka, hold on. Let Jinoku finish. Then you can come back, please. Then I'll go back to voice. Go ahead.
No, they can say something. I was just gonna say, go ahead. You guys can go ahead, and I will say something. I'll say something.
Okay. All right. Okay. Adeyinka, go ahead. My brother, go ahead. Adeyinka, go ahead.
So I can understand the problem. Like what I said, that sovereign nation, and I could see that university or something is saying no. So now, and it's painful. I know it is painful, but at least we just have to be calm, and see what you can do. Fix it, since we have identified the problem. So that is what I just want to say. I don't have much to say about it.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah. It's very, very clear.
Nigeria helped other countries, right?
So can I say something now?
Yeah, hold on.
Nigeria helped other countries in their time of need, other African countries. So
and they have helped you already.
But why can't we push for that?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Can I say something about that?
Okay, go ahead.
Sometimes years back, Saudi Arabia names those that are responsible for what is going on in northern Nigeria. Sheikh Gumi was among. Nigeria did all their best. Saudi Arabia wanted to jail Sheikh Gumi in their country. Nigeria did everything humanly possible to make sure that never happened. That they bring him back. On bringing this man back, they celebrated him at the airport, welcomed him as a president. So, and Burkina Faso did the same. Name those that sponsoring this evil thing happening in Nigeria. Nigeria never did any attempts, never did anything, swept it under the carpet. Somebody in the north said, if you touch Boko Haram, you are against their religion. Nobody said anything about that. Do you know that few days ago, 50 people were unalive in the Owo Catholic Church?
Yes, I know.
So what do you want people to do again? What do you expect from people? You have pushed people to the wall.
Well, I think
my friend, see.
I mean, you're saying you're talking about something that this lady didn't speak about.
Have you lost a member of your family before in this
Yes, of course. It's just
situation?
horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible.
If you have, you will not be saying this.
So I can tell you, I was in the Liberian Civil War, so don't ask me this question. I didn't lose a member. I lost members of my family. So don't ask me that question. I watched my brother 2-year-old. I was 3 years old. I watched him die. So don't ask me that question.
Sorry to hear that.
Because you don't know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
I was saying this, and my sister made a great point. And
if you have, and you're signing this way, that means there's something wrong.
Hang on. Voice, please. Let's
voice.
Or you're
not being ignorant.
No, voice.
Citizen, can you mute me? Let me speak to him. You know what's funny about you? Many of you guys, let me say this to you. And this is why I had a conversation with people. We were having a discussion, and there were people who were on the continent in Nigeria who was talking about the actual situation. And then there were people who were in the West who were talking about the behavior of the West. And I remember going to say something. I said, there is something that we don't do. We don't listen to each other. I said, listen, someone was actually trying to negate what was happening in Nigeria. And I said, the problem, right? Because those things are